Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday, whatever time it is, in whichever country you're in. Let me switch on over and turn on the audio. There we go. Good evening, one and all. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Who do we have in? Darkwing, Snackham, Detzlev Boy, Annette, good evening to you. Antaleeth, Rushman, Mushy is here. Happiest, thank you very much for coming in for 6 months. Thank you very much for your support. Good evening, and a whole load of cat emotes. Look at all of those. Those are absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Thank you, Happiest. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you for your support. Very much appreciated. And Rob, PX95, came in with a follow earlier as well. So thank you also for that. I can't select that happy even though you resub today. Oh right, interesting. That's a strange one. Gindi, good evening to you, and Kinetic, hope you're doing well, and Lycan, good evening, and Monkey Bunky, and Saxon Girl. Wow, lots of people coming in. Lovely to have you all here. I hope you've had a good week of gold making and have enjoyed everything that's been going on in World of Warcraft. We are going to... Oh, I've got an Oreo camera I could put on. Hold on. Let me just pop that on. There we are. We do have an Oreo with us tonight. He's just had some nice cuddle time with me. And so we're going to join in with a little bit of Wowhead news to start off with. So I'll keep an eye on the Wowhead blog. Once that goes live, we'll talk about... things to talk about this week are going to be the... how to actually make gold on a high pop realm, and Kuhn's write-up about everything he's done with his 5 million Brutosaur challenge, and a little bit about transmog as well. Lots of people have been talking about that, so a few different bits and pieces we can talk about this evening. Andy Magyar, good evening to you. And Lizelle, good evening to you as well, and Metcalf, thank you all for stopping by. Hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. So we'll probably start off with a little bit of... I've got a lot of stuff to do. I haven't actually played and logged on for at least 48 hours, if not longer. So I need to go through, and all my auctions will have expired. So I need to make sure that I've listed everything back on. So that's going to be one of my main issues at the moment. I'll probably start that now, actually, whilst I'm here with Samadan, because we want to just make sure our auctions are on, if nothing else. So if we head on over here, it's fairly busy here. I might be better off heading off to Dalaran, actually. Let's head on over there. Lycan, if the world is all on quarantine due to the virus, will I be streaming more? Well, we'll see what happens. We do have provision at work for working from home, should we all be sort of quarantined. It will be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, without the commute, I will have more time. So that is a distinct possibility, certainly, Lycan. And good evening to you. Oh, lovely to see the shark in a moment. I haven't seen that in a while. Good to see that. Could hope for something good to come from it. You never know. You never know. So we do have a whole load of expires that I need to deal with first. I'll keep half an eye on the Wowhead blog. If that comes live, then I'll switch over to talking about that. But in the meantime, I'll just go through and collect up my expires and things like that, just to make sure that we need to have things listed. There's no gold to be made if things are just sitting in your mailbox. So that's going to be the first order of the day, I think. Let's pick up all our expires. There's going to be a fair amount of it, I do believe. But we should be alright, I think. Alright, let's scroll that down a little bit. I can't quite see everything in that window. And that window. There we go. So how's everyone's week's been? I hope they've been good. Maybe some good gold making flips. Lots of braces shuffled, I imagine. We've got some more gold coming in here. Currently sitting at 24,000 on Samadan. I'm not sure what the total will be for this week. But we've got a fair amount coming in. Right, that's how much we've got left. Space for a little bit more. Let's take a few more expires. Let that go through. It's quite slow, actually, even for Dalaran. First time watching live on stream after using some of my videos and podcasts whilst farming. Oh, fantastic. Wishes are Cataholics. Love the name. That's lovely to have you here. I'm glad you managed to catch us live. And we can pickle that. Thank you very much for using your Prime. That's very kind of you. welcome on board. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for your support. It really is appreciated. I was just thinking about how I hadn't got cheap cloth in days, and someone suddenly listed 140,000 shell dry silk at like 4 AM last night. Wow, you have a lot of shuffles to do. Yeah, Dumpster. What kind of price did you get your shell dry silk for? If you get it, what is it? Is it 1.8 gold you can turn into pants and do the vendor shuffle? I can't remember the exact amount. 1.9 gold. Okay. So you'll at least be able to make some chaos crystals out of that, I believe, or at least some silkweave satchels, if nothing else. It's profit below 2.45 gold. Oh, okay, it's higher than I thought. Maybe I'm thinking. Oh, I'm thinking about tie spray linen, aren't I? Of course. Right, let's go post a whole load of stuff on first. We need to get the wheels turning again because we haven't been online for a couple of days, so we definitely need to get everything listed back on. We'll do that first, and whilst we're waiting for the Wowhead blog to go live, and then we'll talk about Wowhead blog. Do it in that order. Right, nothing as yet, so let's carry on here. Click on that and that. Good evening, Coffee Cat. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a lovely evening so far. We're just going through relisting everything on first whilst we're waiting for the Wowhead blog. This is all my just standard stuff. There's nothing new has come in of late. We're still working on Samadan though, and his inscription. So that's another potential bonus to come in when we get there. It's just an old one, Mushy. But I don't tend to use it. I tend to use my my glass and a straw when I'm at home, but it was a lot easier just to have that at the moment. It's really handy though, nice little metal one. I do have the metal straw. I just tend to save it for glasses. Casmo, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Smelting on one tune, fishing on another. Apart from that, you're good. Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Been enjoying spending lots of time with my family, which has been fantastic. Well, that's a nice price for silkweave satchels, 700 gold. Hopefully I can sell a few at that price. I've still got quite a few left over from my not very good reset of the market on that, so fingers crossed we should be alright. I came to the gathering of gold makers. You certainly did, Derp. Hope you're doing well. 3D print you one. Is that for runs? Oh, I see. I missed that one. Runs in, steals a coffee mug with cat logo and runs off with it. Maybe if there's a merch store one day you can have one. That would be awesome. We could always do with more cat mugs. Certainly. Right, let's carry on with our expires. Let's see what else we've got. We've got 173 left in the mail. I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm doing very well, thank you very much, sir. How did the soundbite go on Senza's stream? I haven't been able to catch one of her streams of late. Hopefully it worked out all right. I did a little Silas replay for Derp. Mr. John, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. It was awesome, thank you very much. No problem. Glad to help out. It's a nice bit of fun, really. We can't take gold making too seriously when it's all virtual and part of the game. You downloaded TSM but haven't really set it up right. Any good tips on where to look? There's so many guides on YouTube, some for TSM3, some a bit confusing. Well, you've come to the right place, Wishes are Catholic. We have our very own playlist. Now, it is for TSM form when it first came out, but pretty much everything except for stack sizes still applies. So that playlist will take you through all the basics of using TSM, but you are more than welcome to ask questions in chat, and if there's anything you would like to know, me or someone in the chat will more than happily answer them. Lycam, good evening to you, and Will Webster, good evening to you as well. Right, we've got some more expires coming through, so let's deal with those. And Phil Magic 79, thank you also for the follow. Thank you very much for stopping by. Let's go through, well, we've done the opener of the mail. Let's just post this lot on, and whilst that is posting, we'll just go have a look. Mancop, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. We have literally just gone live, so you're in luck. I know it's been a bit confusing with the clocks changing forward in America, but they haven't changed here in the UK. So it's a little bit strange how we're a little bit different on each continent. Movement TV, thank you very much for the follow. Spring forward, exactly. We've lost an hour, but gained some daylight, which is always lovely. Ori is waiting expectantly for... we've just sold a quick navigation for 950 gold. That's good. Donut, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Poor Oreo thought it was missing out there, so... lots of states are pushing to do away with the clock fiddling. About to be even more confusing here in the US soon. Oh really? Actually just getting rid of it at all? That's interesting. Jeannie, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, just going through and posting everything on at the moment. Yeah, I think that would be quite interesting, just having just the time is the time and not having it change all the time. That would be useful. I learned a lot from my videos, as well as Trax made your first token from 5k by Tuesday. Oh, fantastic. Ow, I've just got to rescue my knee. One moment. Oreo decided that I wasn't stroking him enough and he needed to claw my knee. EU's going March for the last. Is that last time? That'll be interesting. Strange when the clocks change while you're on holiday in the States, and then again 2 weeks later when you get home. Oh, you're also stopping with the fiddling. Oh, really? I didn't realise that was even on the cards for the EU. Entire EU, or you thought just a few countries? That could be even more confusing if it's just a few countries, because then just changing from countries, you're gonna have a whole load of issues there. That's going to be just even more confusing. I think it's kind of going to be one of those things that we all do it or we don't. UK against anything, what a surprise. Exactly. Right, let's just go through a few more expires here. Nearly got everything through, and we'll post that lot on. Whilst that's collecting, let me just double check the Wowhead blog. Oh yep, it has just gone live. So let me go have a look at this. Let's edit that and copy that, and let me check. Where's my command gone? There we go. Commands. Wowhead. Let's edit that. I really can't read that small text when it's all the way over there. I'll just have to squint my eyes and hope for the best. There we go, and submit that. Right, so this is quite a short list there, actually. Let's just try that out. Wowhead. What I'll do is I'll actually just post the last of my auctions on. We do have some gold here to have a look at later, but I'll just post my auctions on so that we've got those actually online and selling, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then we'll go over and we'll have a check of the Wowhead blog, and we'll go through all of that, and then we'll carry on with our gold making after that. Oreo's just going to stretch and scratch my knees, so one moment. Oh wow, Jazz, thank you very much for the host, that's amazing. Thank you very much. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you for stopping by. You just missed the news. A committee of MEPs had voted to scrap the custom, changing the clocks, saying that spring and autumn 2024, as momentum builds behind a draft law. Oh right, okay. It would apply to the UK if it was still in the EU or transition period at that time. Okay. You missed redeem 10k for Oreo close-up notes. I need to sort that out, Darkwing. I want to make sure that we've got all of that set up, but I will set up a redeem of extra points for full screen Oreo time, because he is a lovely cat. But welcome everyone from Jazz's stream. Thank you all for stopping by. If you just caught me as I'm just posting my auctions on, I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to go over and we're going to talk about the Wowhead blog, which has literally gone live about 5 minutes ago. What about a zoom in on Cookie? We did. Cookie was around literally half an hour ago. and she ran off, unfortunately. So it's just Oreo tonight. The hard part is coordinating the cats to get them into the right position. Make yourself. My week was very good, thank you very much. How about yours? Hope all was good. We've just got a splodge of Oreo in his camera at the moment. He's got his back to us at the moment. But let's go over and have a look at the Wowhead blog, which has gone live. Let me just bring this one over, and then we can have a look at this at the same time as everyone else. There we go, that's there. And I'll just make this a little bit smaller, move that up. There we go. Cookie is definitely camera shy, certainly. You look like a master of Zen with perfect man bun, floor cushion and beard. Just sitting there showing how to master the gold. Thank you, Vio Kings. It is kind of like a Zen moment. I do enjoy just kind of sitting here with you all, and with the lovely company of Oreo, of course, who enjoys sitting by my side on the blue rug. Hopefully we can all share some gold making knowledge as we go through. So we've got the whole weekly wrap-up to go through. So there's some interesting topics this week. We've got how to actually make money on a high pop realm. Comlet's done a good video on how to be a gold maker. He's got part 1 of that. Brutusor's done a great write-up for his Brutusor. Kuhn's done a great write-up for his Brutusor challenge. Not the Brutusor for his Kuhn challenge. And then we've got some talk about transmog selling. Dala's got a video on transmog farms. And then we've got another little bit about the day in the life of a gold maker. You just got a news push. They are dying rapidly in Italy. I did hear there were quite a few cases in Italy. I do hope it's not affecting people too much. Obviously, it's very sad news that there are a lot of fatalities going around the world. So my thoughts and prayers go out to all the families that are affected. But in our world of Azeroth, we're going to go through some gold making at the moment. So to start off with how to actually make money on a high pop realm, which Resize expanded on a little bit this week, because a lot of people, including myself, say understand the market, and that didn't really sort of mean a lot to them. Oh, just saw some biltong. But then breaking that down into sort of what that meant for them and what strategies they used to actually try to understand the market and then get some gold from it. 133 today, 7,000 infected. Yes, and I hear the wards are kind of like at capacity, which is the hard bit. The intensive care wards and everything are really struggling with the quantity of sheer quantity of people being hospitalised and stuff. That's the hard part, really. It's all quarantined. Yeah, I did see some things on Twitter about lots of people sort of like trying to rush to make the last trains out before it all got quarantined. You work for an international student exchange organisation, and the virus is having a major impact on your programs, cancelling many of them. Yes, I can imagine. I mean, even TwitchCon in Amsterdam has been cancelled, hasn't it? And that's not till May, I believe. So people are certainly looking ahead. I mean, me at my work, we're sort of making a contingency for the possibility of working from home. So we can at least do that. Netherlands is now ramping up to military hospital is now built up. Okay, that's good. So at least they're doing some preparation. I have absolutely no idea what's happening in the UK here. It's all very silent. Maceo, thank you very much. 16 months. That's amazing. Thank you for your continued support. That really is appreciated. Let's see a whole load of emotes for you. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. You have hundreds of cases here too as well. And sports events, you can imagine, will be cancelled. They did talk about, I think we should have an Oreo full screen for a moment. Hold on. There he is. Oreo in his floofy glory. There we go. This is why you don't leave your house. I know. Definitely. There's definitely a lot more cases happening around. Oreo doing some acrobatics. We can pretend you redeemed some points, Darkwing. There we go. Poor Oreo. Just chilling, ready for stream. This is pretty much his default chilled position, definitely. He is definitely fluffy. 7 kilos of fluff. Just relaxed, just happy. Aren't you, Oreo? There we go. He is literally just a ball of big floof. Does Oreo slide along the floor a lot with all that fur between the toes? You'd think he would, wouldn't you? But he literally, he just pads very softly, don't you? No, he doesn't. He doesn't tend to go out much, especially not in this weather. And also, there's quite a lot of other cats he's kind of quite scared of, so he tends to stay indoors. Because for such a gentle giant, he's quite a scaredy cat, unfortunately. He does like to keep himself clean. We do have a brush that we like to groom him with as well, because obviously with all his fur, he does tend to get a few mats, so we have to make sure we brush him regularly. All this lot is all needs to be kept on top on, definitely. Alright, I think that's probably a minute of Oreo time. We can always do another bit later on. I just thought he looked particularly cute at the moment. There we go, we can go back to the Wowhead blog now. Your giant floofer is a big scaredy pants too. Yeah, I know, it's unusual, isn't it? I mean, Cookie's a good 2.5 kilos lighter than Oreo, yet she's the one that rules the roost in this house. Alright, sorry Oreo, I've been ignoring him. Okay, so let's go through what we were talking about here on the high pop realm. And so the main gist of it really is to make use of the Undermine journal, which is one of the things we talk about a lot here. It's simply just having a look at historical prices, check for patterns, and so they've got some good examples here about spotting that the Osmanite ore was on average about 22 to 24 for their server, so literally just scooping up when they could, so like 18 gold, buy up as much as you can at that price, and then once it settles back down to its other price, then selling it on. And because you're using a huge amount of quantity, because this is a high pop realm, you literally can make a little bit of gold on every single one, which equates, like on this one, 42,000 profit on just that one flip. It's the same in your house. The female cat is the queen of the castle. Yeah, I don't know whether it's a male-female thing, because our last two cats we had before were just two females, and they were very different in personalities. One was very gregarious and liked to hang out with our dog, and the other one pretty much was grumpy and kept herself to herself. Very different personalities. All of yours are female. Yeah, this is the first male we've had, actually. I think everything else has been female up until this point. Our dog, our previous cats, even my son's praying mantis was female. I think. Can't think of any others we had that are male. All my aunts were female, as far as I can remember from back then. You have two female cats, but Jean-Luc, the giant floof, is a boy cat. maybe it's a fluffy thing. Oh, we've got some more sales coming through. Mecdow's Big Mech, 14 gold there. So we're having a few food sales coming through. Happy International Women's Day when we're on the topic. Exactly. That is today, isn't it, Coffee Cat Cat? She used to have a male cat, but he was a scaredy boy. Interesting. I can see a pattern emerging here, definitely. So what else do we have on this one? So we're talking about flipping ores and mats like that from looking at the Undermine journal, but also BOE flipping was happening quite a lot on their high pop realm. And they talked about various examples of 460 rings and being able to push up the price on those. Now, BOE flipping isn't something I particularly know a lot about, but then there was another post I found, Potatoes 8.3 Flipping Guide, which talked a little bit more about the various methodologies you could use for flipping stuff in 8.3. So I put a link to that there as well, so if anyone does want to learn a bit more about it, it's all there. Although one thing I did want to share was a good TSM tip, which I don't think a lot of people tend to use. This was brought up recently on my Discord a while ago, is about using the TSM search strings, using the slash commands to filter between item levels and levels of items, and within a certain gold range as well. So if you did this, for example, and type that into your search, you could look for any items that, including armor and weapons. If I put this in here and then type that, and then we'll end up searching for a whole load of pages. There's actually over 1,000 pages here of any item that is above the item level 266, that is less than 100 gold. So you could potentially find some reasonable bargains here of things to disenchant, which would be quite handy. There's a few things you could do here. You've got the gloom dust there from that. So quite easily you could find a few things that are a good bargain this way. Spinolin, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Finally being able to catch my stream. I've been watching usually on YouTube. Hope you've got a nice evening. I have very much so. I hope you're doing well. Glad you could join us on the live one. What did I miss? White Black Cat is not scared. He even took on small dogs. Oh really? Wow. Oh, Space Monkey, I missed you there. Used to have a male cat. He's a bit scared, but oh yes, we did that one. There we go. You had two sibling cats growing up. The male was the biggest baby ever, constantly keeping close to me and sleeping close to me as much as possible. Yeah, it's lovely when they do like to sort of like spend time with you. Cookie is the one that sleeps on the bed at night time, and Oreo is the one that will hide under the bed when he's particularly scared, if like someone comes round or the Hoover's on or something like that. Did I have a Silas Proc spreadsheet? I don't have an actual spreadsheet on it, no. In terms of like proc rates and things like that, I can't remember where I got my main statistics from. But I think the word on the street was to have 1.7 as the proc value. Nixel, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. New to your stream, but find it interesting to watch your content. Well, it's very kind of you to say so. You're more than welcome. Have any questions, please do ask them in chat. Any tips for profession farms to do at this time of the expansion cycle to get the long boy? It all depends on what you find fun, would be my main first thing. If you enjoy farming, I mean, we've got, if you enjoy farming, we have, where is it? Where's the Wowhead blog? We go a bit further down and we talk about Kuhn's methods, mainly farming herbs and ore, as well as a few other things, picking up rares and pets as well as that. That's a very solid method. He was able to get the Brutosaur in 117 days, so it's certainly possible, definitely. The monster under the bed. Yeah, something like that. The floof monster under the bed. Good evening, Rasheen. How are you? Thanks for coming by. It's no, it should be there. I have it here in front of me. Unless they've reset it. Let me just check. Yep, no, it is here still. It's just called Wow Economy Weekly Wrap-Up. Normally they have some extra lines and stuff on it there, but it's just the wrap-up as it is at the moment. So that should link to it, hopefully. I was just going to summon you to stream, but you were faster. It said page not found for you. Oh, interesting. Let me try that again. I'll click the link directly. Yeah, it seems to be here. For me. Maybe full week without Silas Proc. Oh no, I know that can be tough, definitely. Definitely. Wowhead's trolling here. 404 for you as well. Oh, interesting. You can't see it either. Ah, okay. Oh, interesting. So nobody can see it. I'll have to let Peculiar know. It seems to have been a bit bugged, perhaps. But let me have a look. It's there, but it's not there. I see it on the news page. That's where I'm linking it from. Can you actually see it on the news page? You don't even see it on the news page. Oh, right, okay. Interesting. Let me just find out and see if we can fix this up. Because I don't actually control the actual listing of it. It's down to Vicula. She puts it up. Let me just have a look and see if there is any news on that one. I'll have a look. Just checked it's 404 for you. Okay. I'll send her a quick message and see if we can fix that. Currently, people saying they can't see the blog, but I see it there on the news. There we go. I'll just go and have a look and send her a message, see if there's any resolution on that. I do apologise for that. That was me rattling away talking about it and nobody could see it. Okay, well, I tell you what, you've all got a special preview of it at the moment, and then when it actually goes live, you'll be able to see the full article in its glory, hopefully. Very strange, definitely. Interesting. What did I miss here on chat? You don't even see it on the news page. Okay, you can't see it. You had 4 silent procs in a day. The market was awful that day. God, I can imagine. Les TV, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Just rub it in, yeah. It was definitely up before, but after clearing the cache, it was gone for you as well. Oh, right, okay. It was there and then it's gone. Okay, interesting. What is this search that you're doing? Oh, this search here was basically we were looking for all sorts of items that were within the level range 110 to 120, an item level at least 266, and worth less than 200 gold. It was the kind of one of the many things you can do in TSM for sort of doing very specific searches. You can add in /armor here or /weapon. That also works as well. There's a whole load of stuff in the TSM support page. I put a link to it there that gives you a lot more sort of ideas on it. But we'll keep an eye out. Let me know if you do manage to see it on the news, if it comes back up. And then we'll be able to carry on. I'll make sure we do have a proper link for this in the future. Okay, happiest. Yeah, too quiet means they're chewing on something. They've got into the cupboard or something like that. And then the other things we talked about here was putting ideas in a hype up. Mr. Mullen posted a similar question looking for ideas on how to make gold in a Hypop server on this link here for Hypop goblins. And the quick answer here was raid mats, though unfortunately they are taking a dive at the moment. Farming isn't just for the multi-boxes though. You solo gather sitting on 16 million, so it's certainly possible there. So there's lots of different things you can do on a Hypop realm, mainly to do with fast-moving materials and things like that. I am the ... will be changing in a week. Real shit, don't tell anyone. Okay. So let's just put that there, and then I'm going to go back to that one and see if that hasn't changed at all, so I'll leave that there and see if anything else changes. Okay, we've got that and we got that. Okay. Seems like Anchorweed is finally rebounding on your server. It was over 100 the last few days. Wow. Okay, that was quite expensive. I can't remember what it is on here at the moment. I think it's down to about 50. I think. I can't remember exactly. I'll just run through this. I know even though you can't see this, this is kind of like a preview of when you can see this. But we'll go through, and then we talked about Comnit's done a video on how to be a gold maker. I thought it would be nice to share some other YouTubers as well. I've been following Comnit for quite a while, so it was nice to be able to include one of his videos on here. Just going through a few the basics of gold making, what add-ons he uses, and how to think like a gold maker. So there's some interesting snippets of information in there. Certainly well worth a watch. He's definitely a nice guy. And then, of course, Kuhn's Brutosaur Challenge. He's done a big write-up over on Reddit. I have only done a little snippet of it here for this week because I feel like the write-up itself is just it's golden in terms of its quality, and there's lots and lots of really good information in there. So I think I've just got a little bit of a snippet of information here about not just farm and all. Since a lot of his farming happened in Najita, I would often break away to kill a rare, drop a nice pet, or the robbery flanks, or things like that. But the main thing he was doing was going around farming herbs and all, and he was able to make his 5 million. And so it's a really, really good write-up. I highly recommend going over to the Reddit post and having a read of that one. The Middleman on Twitch, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. 37 gold Xenonthid, 105 Anchorweed. All right, that's an interesting way around. I would have thought it would be the other way around. I'm not sure what the Anchorweed is on my server. Kuhn does do great write-ups. He does indeed, Will Webster. You can see his academic background working away there. It's really, really concise and well written. Well worth going over and having a look at that on Reddit. So when you've got access to this link, or if you've already seen it on Reddit, have a look there. Oh, okay, it is the same for you as well. Wishes are Catholics. 22 gold Xenonthid and 70 gold Anchor. I'll have to have a look on Samadan. No, I'll have to look on Goldmaking to see what they are there. Then the last thing I kind of talked about on the economy wrap-up was about transmog selling. Now, I know transmog, it's kind of like a mixed bag, really. There's a lot of people that do it and enjoy doing it, and I see absolutely no reason why people shouldn't if they find it fun. There's basically a caveat with that, saying that basically you will need a huge amount of transmog on to see any regular amount of sales, and the value you see is not always the value you'll get. If you're using something like Loot Appraiser to value your items, you don't know what it'll actually sell for in the end. So results can vary wildly from server to server. But that said, if you find it fun and it ticks your box, then user Eskis has started a series on Reddit, running every series 50 times. I know Student Albatross has done like every dungeon 100 times, and Want to Buy Gold has done quite a few YouTube videos on various different dungeon runs. But it's interesting to see a fresh perspective on this and see some results coming out from there. So there's a bit of information here as to what kind of dungeons they've done so far. So it'll be an interesting thread to follow and see how that goes in time. And then related to that one, Dala's done a video recently about the 5 best transmog farms in 8.3, so I've got a link to that there as well. Then the last thing I talk about this week is a day in the life of the Goldmaker, where Olan IRL was asking about sort of like what people's routines were, and what sort of time they spent gold making. And I talked about, from my own perspective, I basically log on every morning if I can, and maybe it's just for 10 minutes or half an hour, depends on how long I get a chance to be online for, and then I'll just relist my auctions if I can, and then a couple of evenings in the week I will maybe play for an hour or two to do some proper restocks, and then at the weekend I sometimes get 1 to 4 hours in addition to my 3 hours stream time. And that usually gives me a chance to sort of like go through everyone in that one. But there's lots of interesting different sort of routines that other people have had from the Reddit post. So I put a few of them here, and it's interesting to see that how varied they are. So it's kind of like a very much every person is going to be very different in what they do and what they do. But it's quite interesting to see what kind of things that maybe someone else is doing a routine that you could incorporate into your own routines, or doing something maybe a bit more efficiently, clumping certain things together. So that's well worth a read as well. Gomlet, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I was just talking about you earlier. We do have you on the Wowhead blog this week. There we go. To be a Goldmaker Part 1 is here. I don't know if everyone can see it yet. We were having problems with the link earlier, and I'm not sure if it's still working now. Let me just have a look and see if it is still there, because some people are saying they can't see it on the news. If you go back to the main front page, it should be there on the weekly wrap-up, and you should be able to see it there, but I'm not sure everyone else can see it yet. So I've messaged Peculiar to see if there's a fix for it, but hopefully it will come up and come live at some point, hopefully. No problem, Comlin. Lovely to share lots of people's content if I can at all. Nope, still can't see it yet. That is a shame. I won't carry on talking about it really if no one else can see it. So I'll leave it there for the moment, and then hopefully we'll be able to get to that later. I've at least talked about it. So with any luck, that will go live properly at some point in the future. Good to know he's a friend, been legit a good dude. Oh, well, very kind of you to say so. Likewise, I know we've had some great interactions on Twitter, and I love seeing all of your YouTube videos when you put them out. So please do keep making gold making content. It's very much appreciated. We'll have to wait for the actual Wowhead blog. What I'll do in the meantime then is carry on with everything else. So let's carry on with posting my auctions on. We've gone through and we've done posting of this stuff. We have got some sales here. Before I go and do any restocks on Samadan, I'm going to go through my other characters and quickly post their stuff on, because I know everything has expired. So we'll start with, we'll log out here, and then we'll jump over to Awakening, see what the alchemy situation is, because we're in Wrath of Lich King Dalaran. I forgot about that. We'll have a look at that. I don't know if I had a buff running or not. If I did have a Silas buff running, yep, I still got 7 minutes left on a buff, so I'll have to run through this quickly and see if I can restock. So let's deal with the expires. We have 208,000 gold, which is really good. Let's hope this goes through quickly. We'll repost this lot on, and then we'll check to see if we need to restock on anything, and then hopefully we should. Okay, we've gone through that. Let's take that and let's post that up straight away. This is when you want the auction house to be nice and fast, so you can post everything on. Still got 7 minutes left. You're doing more details than rush content in the end. Just trying to help everyone make that goal exactly. I think that's the core of it really. Was we're all trying to help each other, which is what I love about this gold making community. Everyone is really sort of like helpful and looking to share their knowledge rather than just keep it to themselves. So let's quickly go into alchemy and my groups and see what we need to restock on. Okay, there's a few things here. We've got everything we need, so let's get started. Empowered proximity, let's make some of these. Let's keep an eye on the 6 minutes we've got left here. See if we can get some procs here. And then we've got some greater flask of the currents and greater flask of the undertow to make use of at the moment. And have fun at the same time, exactly. What below min price means with TSM. Basically, it's TSM wants to know what you want to do if something is below minimum price. So if it's below your threshold in your posting operation, you have a minimum, a maximum, and a normal price. So if someone else has posted something that's below your minimum price, you can then tell TSM what you want to happen with that. You can either post it at your own minimum price, you could ignore the minimum price, or you could not post anything on at all. But it's been real slow this time round. Hopefully next week. What's that for? Shadowland content yet? Yes, nothing yet. I think Alpha is very much somewhere, but no one's got it yet, as far as I know. TSM might want to know what I want to do mostly. Know why TSM does the thing it does. Very true, Rasheen. The ever wanted Silas buff, exactly. So trying to make the most of it whilst we have it. I've got 5 minutes left on it. I'll try and see if I can make another one in the time we've got here. But what I might do actually is literally just post this lot off and then log off again, because I'll see if I can make use of a few more minutes of this buff. They've got 200,000 gold, so that's a good start. So let's go here, let's just make another one and reform it. It's transportation, so we don't have the buff here. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick posting scan with what we do have. Get those few extra ones on if they're at a decent price. There's a few there at my current price, so we'll post those on. Unbridled Fury's just sold, so we're going to quickly log off, and then I've got that 4 minutes left for another time when I next come on. Phew, that's done. On my general tab, that's Silas. Yeah, no alpha yet. Hopefully we'll get it soon. Yes, definitely. I hope so. Most of the time you want to know why TSM doesn't want to mail things. It should be okay mailing things, I think. Okay, Covenant, no problem. Glad you could promised, although you do no WoW till Monday. Okay, fair enough, Covenant. You have a good time and hope the rest of your weekend's good. Is there any way to adjust Alchemy Craft profit because it shows negative profit without the procs? So I've got a whole video on Alchemy and setting it up to take account of the Silas proc. Mailing's been buggy for you a few days. Even normal mail is buggy. But yes, the main thing with the Alchemy is making sure that you account for the crafting method in your Silas proc. I'm not sure if I've got a link to the Alchemy videos, but if you do have a look on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist that goes through Alchemy. So if you follow that one, that should tell you all about how to set your prices for it. If you use TSM mailing a lot, you'll find it starts ignoring certain bag slots from mailing stuff away. Does it really? I have had, now that you mention it actually, I have had a few bugs where things haven't been sent, but usually a quick reload and everything gets sent anyway, so it's certainly not something that's been persistent for me. But that is very strange. Justin Rose, how are you? You hit your first million since you spent all your gold on the Trio Box account. Fantastic. That's good to know, Justin Rose. You're making plenty of gold, so you'll have your next Brutosaur in no time. So let's go, where am I at the moment and what am I doing? Let's have a look. We'll have some more expired auctions here, I imagine. So let's go through and deal with those. In terms of sales for Earthen, we have had a few uncanny sales over the week. The mailbug happens a lot if you use ElfUI. Oh really? Okay, but it's not connected because no, I've had a few issues with mailing, but nothing too major breaking certainly. Because you don't have it either. Okay, that's fair enough. TSM says you have made 57k a day this past month. That's really good, Rose. Really good indeed. 1.5 million left for you on the Bruto. You're getting there. Very close, Snackham. Very close indeed. Wish you all the luck in getting the last few bits. So, looking at this, we have some reasonable uncanny sales. Not huge gold amounts, 800 gold to 3,000 gold, but I'm quite happy with that. We've got some mail gauntlets, mail waistguards, mail leggings. Interesting, this is all mail and not leather. That's very interesting. Oh no, we do have a leather gauntlets there of the Fever Flare for 3,500. And then some coarse leather waistguard and Drums of Fury. So some reasonable bits and pieces here. Wish there was a 10 million gold now. Yeah, can you imagine? I would only buy a 10 million gold mount if it had the whole guild bank, regular bank and mailbox on it. TSM causes it. Oh Howard, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Darabelle. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you indeed. Thank you very much. Your support is very much appreciated. Let's see, lots of emotes for you. Thank you very much. You'd buy it if it was anything as long as it was 10 million. Right, okay, so just basically to have it as long as it was good. That was the main thing, really. Right, okay, so we got the mail, we got that. Let's go post this lot on. So we need one of those. Would make me want to come back to WoW after your long break. A new challenge and all that. Yeah, it definitely would be something to spend gold cap on. Now, would they do that, actually? Would they change gold cap? Would gold cap be maybe 100 million per character? That would be quite nice. Let's run a post scan on this lot. A new long boy with 2 times the neck length. Yeah, something like that. 2 million mount in Legion, 5 million in BFA, 10 million in Shadowlands. Makes sense. It does. It certainly does. Rafit, hi to you. I hope you're doing well. And welcome on board. We are just going through and relisting all of our expired auctions at the moment. Oh, Thomas, gifting us up to Rose. Very kind of you. Paying forward the gift they got from Proxiva to Drizzling Rose. Oh, that's very kind of you, Thomas. Thank you very much indeed. Let's see, a whole load of emotes for you. Thank you very much indeed. Just the neck. Yeah, definitely. You need your help. You have boosted mage, fix the reps, and cloak, rank 7 at the moment, but don't have any professions since they are all 175 from other characters. What professions does your mage get? You could do alchemy quite easily for a second anchorweed cooldown. That would be quite reasonable to do. Or it all depends on what professions you enjoy, really, and whether there's any gaps in what you have. It's very kind of you, Thomas. Thank you very much. They could make a new item where you would need multiple items that cost gold cap to buy it. For example, Goldmaking tokens from one NPC, and then buy something for like 3 of them for another NPC. That could be interesting. Just like a multiple gold cap challenge. What profession is best to level up at the moment? Do you mean in terms of like which profession is the easiest to level up, or do you mean which profession could you use to actually level up in terms of experience? Because the first thing that comes to mind is maybe mining and herbalism. You can level up as you mine ores and everything like that, is what I'm assuming. Or in terms of what's best, like just what's the best professions for gold, it all depends on your server and what you have access to and which ones you enjoy. Currently I'm finding enchanting has done very well throughout the expansion. It's still doing okay, not as great profits as it used to have. I'm finding alchemy to be really good, and also inscription I'm enjoying at the moment. We've only just started setting that one up. There's plenty more to do in it, but that started off quite well. And then tailoring and leatherworking tie in very well into enchanting. So if you've got all 3 of those, then you can make some really good gold. Don't do alchemy, it's a trap. A trap. it's a trap. Yes, if you were to listen to Admiral Akbar, yes, it is a bit of a trap. Because of the random numberness of the Silas proc at the end, definitely. But you could just go for the anchorweed transmute as a secondary profession, and that should be okay. Oh yes, good point, Fugger. Actually, cooking's is a good one. Samadan is getting some consistent sales with that, certainly. Right, we need to have a look at this and maybe start some restocks, because I've got a feeling I'm going to need to make some uncanny gear out of this. We need some drums. I need some more raw beast hide. And I also need some expulsum to be able to deal with these. Okay, raw beast hide, I thought I had a lot of it, but it seems not. Let me just check what I have here. No, I don't have any on me. Let me just quickly check the auction house, drum shopping. Let's have a look, see if there is anything here. Raw beast hide is currently at 3 gold 98, which my mat cost is coming in at 4 gold. So that should be fine. We'll buy out all of that, and then we'll buy out everything at 4 gold as well. No point everyone else having access to that cheap raw beast hide when I'm about to make a whole load of drums. So we'll start with those. There we go, and then we can at least make 100 drums of fury. So we'll start with those. Let that run through. And fishing, of course, yes. Fishing works quite well, especially if you have multiple accounts and can do it in multiple screens all at once. I've never tried that, but I hear it's good fun. It's like a WoW version of Whack-A-Mole. Right, whilst I'm doing this drums, is there any luck on the Wowhead blog? Is it still unseen for everyone? Let's have a look. Yep, it's still there. Nobody wants to. Yeah, still you can't see it. Yeah, it's strange. Peculiar can see it too. So strange. I see it too. Okay. Let me just open this up in a incognito window, see if that works. But it's not there if you go on a in incognito. There we go. There must be something different with it. I wonder. We'll have a look. We'll keep an eye on that. Peculiar is on the case, so hopefully we'll get that fixed. You can't still see it, yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully we'll see it working at some point. Maybe it's got some strange flag attached to it that it's only certain people can see it, or something like that. Very strange, but hopefully we'll get that sorted and everyone can see the Wowhead blog. In the meantime, we'll carry on making some Drums of Fury and going through our usual restocks. I'll have a look at Samadan as well. Have a think about what we could do in terms of progression there. We've done quite well so far, although I have let all my auctions expire, so we could probably do with seeing a few things develop on that front. Love it when you start selling those, and the rest will follow. Which one was that, Metkit? Tone of Illusions, yes. Once you've got you can see someone doing one, and then you get all the other ones coming in through. Yeah, definitely. You can't see it either, Annette. Okay. Well, hopefully it will appear at some point. There we go. What's a good way to farm Marks of Honour? I would say wait for Comp Stomp to come round, which is the battleground where you go against the AI, which is really quick to do. You should, with the quest you get 5, and then with a win you get probably another 2 or 3, I believe. So you should be able to get a good 8 Marks of Honour per 120 character that week. So you should be able to get a decent amount really quickly. The next Comp Stomp, I think, is in April sometime. So it's 3 per win, 2 in the gold box and 1 from the win, so 8 for the first win. Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look on the calendar. When is Comp Stomp? PvP Brawl. Comp Stomp begins, in fact, it's not that long now. Where is it? Packed House, PvP Brawl, Classic Ashran. Where is it? I was there a minute ago, I just didn't see where I was. That's April. Is it in March? Did I miss it? South Shore versus Taran Mill. Bonus event, Packed House. Classic Ashran. Then we go through here. I don't see it there. Is it in May? Let's have a look. That's strange. Is it next week, in fact? Oh, did I go way too far? Okay, let's have a look. Where are we at? We're here. I don't see it there. South Shore versus Taran Mill. I did see it at some point though. March the 31st on US servers. Okay. March 31st. So here we go. Yes, PvP Brawl Comp Stomp. There we go. So for us it's Wednesday the 1st of April. So it's either the 31st or the 1st there. PvP Brawl Comp Stomp begins. So that's the week that you want to at least have as many level 120s as you can run through it first. There we go. If you plan on recruiting a friend, completing the battleground with both accounts will reward you 30 marks of honour too. Oh yeah, that's another good one. I'd forgotten about the recruit a friend stuff. Definitely. Yeah, there we go. It was there. I completely missed it. Thank you all for your help on that one. So yeah, Comp Stomp's definitely worth having a look at. Let me just see if I can make use of this and post on my drums whilst we're here. I won't make the uncanny gear at the moment because we need to go and get some expulsum, and I won't do the bracer shuffle on stream. I think that'll be way too boring for everyone, so we'll carry on with our other characters for the moment. We'll need to go back to Samadan and do a restock on him. We very briefly went through Awakening simply because of the Silas proc. I'm not expecting a lot here. They need to be inside at the same time, so no multi-boxing. Oh really? They need to be inside. Completing the battleground with both accounts will reward you. They both need to be inside the battleground. So it's super easy to win. Yes, definitely. And surely with multiple accounts you should be able to all be inside at the same time. Hopefully, I would think. Why do you want as many 120s for the Comp Stomp? What's that about? Yes, so basically every 120 is eligible to take the initial quest, which you can do one quest per 120, which will give you 5 marks of honour. So it's just a very easy way of just getting the marks of honour. But the /follow is disabled for PvP Battlegrounds. Oh, okay. So you just need to complete the battleground, not win it. So yes, you could do it with 2 accounts and 2 screens. I could see how that would work, especially as you're against the computer. There's a little bit more forgiving. So we do have some. Oh, we've got some sales here. Sun's Radiance and 10 indestructible potions. I can't remember what those potions are for, but nice to see some sales. So 2,300 on them. Let's see if we need to just do a quick post and restock on this alchemy. This is one of the characters, currently level 90. I would like to level to 120. Not sure I'll do it by next week. I think by the beginning of April, should I say. I don't think I'll quite get enough time to do that. But I forget I also have Nadamas on the Horde side. He could also do things. I forget that. You can still use 2 or 3 person mount in battlegrounds, so no need to follow. Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually. You put the Drake on someone and pop on the back of it. You spend the marks on recipe ranks, which makes them cheaper in terms of mats. Oh, did I miss the one from there as well? Also spend your gold last year on gems, and you made like a mil or so, so it's a lot of WoW gold, definitely. Draenor takes like 2 hours, doesn't it? What, to go through from 90 to 110? I don't know actually. I've never actually tried to do it fast. Now that I've got flying with it, I wonder if I'll be able to do it quite quickly. Definitely. DJ Robo, thank you very much for using your Prime. Thank you very much for your support. Very kind of you. I see lots of emotes for you. Thank you very much. Didn't mean to do the winky face at the end, but thank you very much. Clicked on the wrong one there. 90 to 101. Okay, Dumpster. The delay is going to Legion because it's slower. Oh, right, okay. So I could quite easily at least get up to 110 perhaps, and maybe do some time walking or something like that. I'm not sure what would work best for me in terms of what I can do in my time available to me. But we'll see what happens. Let's carry on with restocking of these. So it should be Sun's Radiance and Wild Jade. Easy enough to do. We'll make a few of these. Hope for some procs with any luck. It's fixed. Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Rasheen, for letting me know. I'll just let... where's my right window? There we go. It's fixed now. Thanks for looking into it. There we go. There we go. So at least it's working. Let me just do a quick throw that up in an incognito window. That should. No, I don't see it on there actually. But maybe I have to actually close that window down. Maybe a full clear of the cache. But there we go. It is working at least. Fantastic. Thank you for that. There we go. We've got that, and that. You keep getting an error going to the Wowhead post as well. Okay. It was strange. Peculiar just said she looked into it and said it was it should be okay. And Rasheen, it's working for you, is it? That's very strange. So if I click on it, I can see it because it's come up there. But others are saying if they can't click on it, they can't see it. Other than recommend they clear in the cache is the only other thing Peculiar has suggested. So it's very strange, definitely. Greetings, Ignis. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. You can see it working here in NA as well. Okay, fantastic. You can't see it as well, so it's fixed for some, but some not for the others. Very strange. It worked on refreshing a few times. Okay, fantastic. So it is working, you just got to refresh it a few times. Brilliant. Well, thank you all for your feedback. That's brilliant. I'm glad it's working for you at least. The link from the Wowhead in Wow Economy Discord works. Okay, so let me just check. Maybe the link I've got isn't a full link or something like that. Let me look in the Wowhead news. Let me scroll. God, that's a lot of scrolling down. Hold on. I haven't got my. Where's my window? Wowhead Economy Weekly Wrap-Up. We'll go to that. So that's just got the webhook in it, hasn't it? But it does work. Okay. Very strange. Okay, well, at least it's working. That's good to know. You still can't see it, can you, Annette? You used my link and it worked for you, Rasheen. Okay. So that link is fine. You can see it now on the Wowhead News too. So you weren't able to see it before. Okay. You're fine. Happy you listened to your Doomsday Virus guy at work. Cancelled your vacation 4 weeks ago. Good for you, Ignis. Yeah, I remember you mentioning it was going to be a rough one. It certainly seems to be bearing out, doesn't it, at the moment? Oh, you've got your cards. Opened 150,000 cards now, made 735,000 cards since December. Average went down by 8 silver. So the average is back up to 4.92 gold. Still very good for the crafting daily cooldown. Very definitely. C-subs, I'm having a great day and weekend. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. In regards to BFA inscription, how am I making gold with it in 8.3? At the moment, oh, now you can see it. Oh, fantastic, Annette. Glad it's come through for you as well. We'll get over to inscription in a moment. So I am currently making the highborn trinkets, I believe they're called. You just went to the homepage and you found the vlog. Oh, fantastic. Excellent, Silent Mail. Thank you for the feedback. Glad it's working for people. So we're just going to post these on, and then we'll go over to Samadan. We'll have a look at inscription, and we can see where that's at. So just going to post on these. Haven't had any living steel sales for quite a while, but nice to have a bit of Sun's Radiance and Wild Jade. This character doesn't have a lot of gold, 40,000 gold. But that's ticking through quite nicely. We do have a lot of Spirit of Harmony on us, so we are very much stock rich at the moment. We can turn that into some other things perhaps at a later date, but at the moment I'm just happy to leave that. And we'll jump on over to our next character, which is going to be Samadan. We'll have a look here. I think he looks a lot better without his helmet on. I'll need to transmog that off at the moment. I actually just took it off for the moment. Is Rattle Listening Time Walking next reset or in 2 weeks? It's in 2 weeks. Okay, that would be useful to do some leveling. Maybe I could try and focus on some leveling with El Morte, perhaps. Or I would like to get some of my other characters up higher, like my hunter Bridget. She's level 40 or so, I think. It'll be nice to have. Oh, we've got some expires to deal with, obviously, because lots of stuff ran out. But we do have some sales for the week, which is fantastic. So this is Inscription, doing very well so far. So we are currently on 1,200 gold because we spent a lot on the Zenithid to make sure we could get our maroon ink. But over the past week, we've had some War Scrolls of Intellect, Fortitude, Battle Shout, Tome of the Quiet Mind, some repeats of those there. We actually sold a Contract Storm's Wake, and we've sold one Highborn Compendium of Mystical Bulwark for 7,000, so that gives us 16,000 for Samadan. So that's pretty good. Finally, you can see it. Excellent, Saxon Girl. Still have 6 months to level. 6 monks to level. I only got to 103 with them. Might do one dungeon on each today or tomorrow. Spend the rested XP. That's a good idea, actually. Make use of the rested XP and then jump to another character. Sometimes you feel like you need more than one druid. Yeah, definitely. Because they're so mobile, that's the main thing really with druids. It's just good for collecting your own stuff, definitely. Always need a druid and druid army. Although monks are also good for their ox statues as well. But you don't like the druid's theme, exactly, but you love the Mistweaver one. Exactly, go with what's fun for you. That's the main thing, definitely. So let's post on what we have at the moment. Let's see if we can get a few things going there. We'll need to do a restock perhaps. We set all this up last time, so it's in a fairly reasonable situation at the moment. The only thing we could look at is maybe expanding into some other parts of the profession. We also need to look at the properly pricing all of our materials correctly, because some things are probably not showing a profit when they could. But with all those on, let's just have a look at my auctions and see if we need to restock on anything. See if we need to do that. Restock, contracts, Tortollan Seekers, Intellect, Battle Shout and Fortitude all need to be made. So for these we need Crimson Ink. So for that we need to go over and what have we got? We can make 34 Crimson Ink at the moment. Can we mill some stuff? There is some stuff we can mill. Sea Stalker had a fair amount of that, so we could start with milling that we have, and that should give us a few more options. Have I got my right gloves on? We've got my herbalism gloves on. No, so we need to change that. So which gloves are my crafting gloves? Those ones. Can't do that right now. Okay, so let's try that again. Golterian crafting. There we go. And let's go back to that and then jump through the sea stalk. That should be marginally faster. Looks about the same actually. Let me just check that. Hold on. Character. I am wearing Golterian crafting. Okay. Yep, that is working. Okay, so let's go through here and just go and mass mill a few of these. Get those running at the moment. I've missed out a whole load of stuff on chat. What did I do? Doing world quest whilst everyone else is unmounting is such a great experience for you. Yeah, I think that's the key part of being a druid. For leveling Legionnaires, try to do the invasions. That's good rep. Yeah, that's true actually. You can get quite good experience that way as well, don't you? So you can see it when you're logged into Wowhead, but when you log out of Wowhead again, the page is not found again. Yeah, I think that's so. It is somewhat wonky. Yeah, I think that's the issue. You have to be. It seems like you have to be logged in. If I right-click on Wowhead and then go through it like an incognito window or something like that, I don't see it at all. So it's a little bit strange. Let's just turn Oreo's camera off for the moment, as he's not here. I'm just going to mill a few of these herbs, as we don't really need to have them on here. I can get some inks this way. Is the conveyor belt a myth? Can't get it working with your 3 box. What's the conveyor belt? Ox statue is amazing for open large world farms, to be fair. Wish there was a skill that let you mass craft inks, such as to get a lot of inks for crafting. That would be useful. I would definitely like something like that. I'm going to just create all of these for the moment. Get rid of the river bud. Keep the anchor weed and the Aconda's bite. We'll do 5 of those. Just to create all of those. There we go. Do you mean hyper spawns? I think it needs to be 4, 1 Beastmaster Monk and some range like druids or whatever. Yeah, that tends to be the 2x4 setup, doesn't it? So we've got some mass mill zenithid here to do. We'll do that for some maroon ink. We'll get all of this going at the moment. And then, Torgman, thank you very much for using your Twitch Prime. Very kind of you. You're not logged in and it's now up on the front page of Wowhead. Okay, thank you, Monkey Bunky. It seems to be a little bit strange, definitely. Crimson ink 441. Okay, that's going to take a little while. We do have that much in distilled water, so we could probably do a little bit more than that, in fact. So let's just make some crimson ink here, and we'll carry on with that. But thank you, Torgman. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you for your support. I hope everything is well with you. Very, very kind of you. What else do we miss? That's it. BFA alchemy leveling 1 to 75 cost you 41k. Yeah, alchemy can be quite expensive, definitely. Going to change to tailoring right before BFA ends to make bags, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, tailoring does work quite well. I hate changing professions, though. I always prefer to make another character and make the professions that way. Heard about ox statue conveyor belts when multi-box farming. Something about higher level ox statue taunting from lower ones, and you can't on the last one. Oh right, okay, interesting. What do I do with excess ultramarine ink? I'm not sure yet with that. I haven't looked into all the possibilities of what I can make. At the moment I'm just focusing on what I can make at the moment, but I do hear that ultramarine ink is quite excessive at the moment. But that's something I'll get into a bit later, I think. I'll have a look and see what I can do with it. Thanks for the tweet this morning, it helped a lot. Oh, you're more than welcome, Talkman. I'm glad. Even just like a virtual hug, as it were, I think can make a whole world of difference, so I'm glad it helped. You need hydrocores for the bags, though. Your main has 280, your tailor has 3. Oh, right, okay, yeah. The hydrocores for the bags is definitely, if you're going to make the big 32 slot bags, that does make sense. Never heard of that one before. You could see it working, but think you'd still need some range pullers on your team to make it work. Yeah, I could see, it does sound interesting, having multiple, it reminds me kind of classic, having different level heals and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see something similar done in retail. You'd be your second alchemist. Yeah, I think... yeah, I would like to get a second alchemist going, simply because I would like to have 2 stabs at the Silas proc. It would be nice that way. But it is quite an investment to get it leveled up, certainly. Anything planned for the Trial of Style? Seems like a decent chance to make a few gold off transmog crafts. I haven't done anything specifically for it ever, but I do find that my tailoring selection of gear does tend to sell during that. So it's worth having at least a few of those on. I don't do anything specific other than that, certainly. Let's put Oreo's camera back on. He has appeared. Where are we? There we go. We have an Oreo here still. Are there some people who resets the market and Zenithid every day that you know of and Twisting Nether, so be careful about that. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Okay, love the use of the Oreo mode, and you summon the Oreo and he is here. He's not quite upside down yet, but he's certainly on his way. Right, I think we've probably got enough crimson ink at the moment. I've got loads of stuff going on here. Probably don't need all of this going. So let's stop this for the moment and just have a look at what we need to make. So we're going to make a couple of contracts to Tolerance Seekers. We now have this. I managed to pick up a couple of work orders. So I have Tolerance Seekers at rank 3 at the moment, which is really good. So I've got a couple of these at rank 3 now, which is useful. And I'm actually making a profit even at their current values. So I'm going to make Tolerance Seekers 0.18 sale rate, so that's probably one of the better ones. Then we'll make the War Scrolls, Intellect, Battle Shout and Fortitude. It might be worth making more than 3 of these. I think these could be useful making, I don't know, maybe 10 each of those. Let's have a look. Aussie DJ, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Let me just go and have a look at this. So we'll go into our groups under War Scrolls. We currently are making 3 of each. And I think we should change that to, I don't have a 10 of each yet, so let's go over to my operations, crafting operations. Let's take the 3 of each and make a copy of it, and then edit that, take that out, then go back to the beginning and call that 10 of each, and we'll change the number here to 10 of each, and then go back to the group and go to War Scrolls, Group Operations, and Crafting Operation. We'll change that to 10 of each. So now, hopefully, when I go and restock on those, I'll click on this, Groups, Restock. Should be another 7 of each of these. We have enough. We need some more. We need another 22 Crimson Ink. So we'll just go through and make another 22 of those. Crimson Ink is here, so let's make 30 and let that go there. There we go. Let that run through. Okay, what did I miss out on, chat? You had the Matsuo Guild Bank, but it was on the way to sell the herbs. Since the price you have spiked every herb, you're so close to the Brutal amount. So close. Hopefully the prices will either settle down or you'll be able to at least make some profits through it, certainly. You got the June scavenger farm down, but since the belt didn't work, you did it like this. You have 3 monk tanks. You make a pug for some DPS, but rarely got any. You put a statue on each side from each other, so they stand like an O. Okay. And then you put your main statue on the O, and you bind the taunt on each character, which taunts everything in 20 yards to the mug. Then you click C to taunt from the dash to the O, and when the mobs get there, then taunt again on your main on the O. Okay, so it's a bit like a chain pull almost. To make them stay on O, if you don't, they run back to the statue after 3s when the taunt debuff goes away. Okay, sounds tricky, but I'm glad you got it sorted. Constantly making 50 to 80 deep sea cloth, 300 to 400 tie spray cloth, and 12 greens and 1,000 gold every 30 minutes this way. Very nice indeed. What else did I miss? The DPS increase, the force spawn, so the gold per hour goes up by about 25% per DPS you have. That's a good point actually. So the more you have to the full set, then the better. All not here yet. Come join us, grab a free coffee or tea. Zenithid, of course. Not even tie spray, even with a 3-man army of Zenithid farm. But Zenithid takes weird quests to level, and you don't like the look of the zone. That's absolutely fair enough. That just goes to show, do what's fun for you, most definitely. That's the main thing. You also get the mats from the mount farm, which you can use in a bracer shovel, I think. As powerful as just farming the herbs and ore, and as to the variety too. Yeah, there's definitely being motivated is important to you. Yes, definitely. I would say that is of the highest importance, in fact. You've got to do something that's fun for you, certainly. Right, so that's all on. So let's just post these on, and then we should be done with that. Right, so I'll post this lot on. More War Scrolls, Fortitude, Contract Storm's Wake. That's gone below minimum price now, so we're posting that at minimum price for the Storm's Wake, but that's fine. Herbs wise, I would only need to have a look to see if there is anything cheap at the moment, say below 9 gold would be worth buying, because we're currently at 17,000 gold here. We may need to buy some Zinanthid though, looking at this. So the cheapest herb at the moment is 9 gold 98, but Zinanthid is down to 59 gold, so it's currently, that's still high on the region market average, but that's not too bad. My MAC cost is currently at 63 gold, so maybe I should buy a few of these for the moment. I don't want to spend a lot of my gold though, so let's have a look. So 10, 100 would be 5,900. Let's just do that for the moment, just a small amount, just to keep it ticking through, just so that I've got some for some maroon ink. I still have some ability to make some stuff with maroon ink, so that's still an option. So let's look at some other things we could possibly do with Samadan here. Or actually, no, before I go into doing anything else, I really ought to go over to Samadan and restock on him. So let's do that first. Let's go over and do that. You just find most boxes and get them before the cloaks soaks up all the herbs. Just follow them. It takes a lot of time to get the herb, all of them, as you are the lucky one. What was the name of the add-on we're using for vendor bulk buying? That was called Buy 'em All. I'll go and show you in a moment. But that allowed me to click on stacks and buy those quite easily. Yeah, that's the one that Drizzling Rose has got there. Buy 'em all. It's definitely worth it. It's a very simple add-on, but it does work really quite well. You just shift click on something like that, and then you've got the stack, and maximum is really useful to be able to click on as well. Right, let me just double check whilst I'm here, whilst I remember. Make sure we've got no Elite Strike Centenax on, which there isn't. Oh, we've just sold a High Jolt Expedition bag for 4,600. That's good. Let's check my auctions. So we've also sold a Cord of Mastery and some Light Step hoof plates. So let's just have a look and see what we actually need to restock on here. I bet there's quite a lot of stuff. So a few enchants, a fair amount of food, and some uncanny gear, hexweave bag and netherweave bag. I may need to up those netherweave bags. I think I've only got myself making one of each, but I think I might up that to maybe 4. Let's have a look and have a look at that. So we're on tailoring on bags. So netherweave bag, my group operation here, or it is actually 4 of each, so I'll keep it at that. Just having the 4 is fine. Also bypasses the are you sure? Yeah, it's definitely useful then for that. BFA tomes sell for 250 gold or something to break even, and Legion tomes 120 to break even, but you sell close to BFA price. Okay. Legion glyphs are so good, so profitable. You're doing 1 hour Dreamleaf farming every day and selling lots of glyphs every day worth 1.5k each on a full server. Yeah, I think I should really get into this market on my inscription. I think that's the next thing to look at, is expanding into older expansions, and so the Legion way is definitely. I mean, I would try putting as many glyphs as I can get, and maybe looking for ones that are quite hard to get and putting those on. Yes, I will, Silent Mouse. I do apologise. I was meaning to do it this week, but completely missed doing it. So yes, I will update my pastebin with some new ones. It's mainly minor bits and pieces that have changed since the last time, but I will promise I'll put those on this week. Right, so in terms of what I need to restock on, I imagine there'll be quite a lot of stuff here. Let's have a look. Gathering wise, on all my professions. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. We need a couple of Expulsum. We need a fair amount of Hexweave and Midnight Salmon. Veiled Crystals, we need 9. Okay, so we're going to have to do a little bit of shuffling here to get all of this through. We just sold a Machinist Brilliance for 1,000 gold. That's good. You got into glyphs a bit. You made about 50,000, then decided it was a pain knowing which one sold well. Fair enough. IRL life always has priorities. It does, but it's mainly down to my poor memory than anything else, I must be honest. So I will try and remember to get it done. Exactly. Autumn Bloom is the only one he has success selling. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which ones would sell particularly well, but I certainly want to look into it. Let's just take that whilst I'm here and do the hex weave cloth. And then we've got that. Take the expirations away. Cooking wise, we need to do that. Load of stuff from the vendor and a couple of bits from the auction house. We could do with some expulsum though, and we could also do with going to my garrison. So let's start with the garrison. We'll go there. We'll pick up some hexweave cloth, and then we'll go over to Borealis after that, and then we'll have a look and see what we can do in terms of getting some expulsum. Probably have to do a few braces. Let's collect these up. Resources and tailoring emporium, and then there should be another. Let's just minimize this for the moment. This one, enchanter study, this one's tailoring emporium. I'll take that one. And then anything either XP, that's a lot of XP, that one. I'll give it to that one, and you can gain on levels. And then that's XP and resources, we'll take that. And then that's just resources, we'll take that. Okay. And then we'll head out this way, and we'll go and have a look and see what we can do in terms of some hex weave. And we'll also pick up some resources whilst we're here. And then we'll head over this way. I should have enough sumptuous fur, I think. Let's go have a look. We'll collect up that lot. That's 104 hex weave, lots of hex weave. Let's relist our work orders, get those going, create all of those, and then we should be able to use our rush work order, which we picked up somewhere. Always have trouble seeing it. There it is. Tailoring emporium, 2 of those, and then we'll pick those up, and then we'll finish off our work orders, and we'll create all of those. Okay, that is done. There we go. What did I miss on the chat? Is there a reason why hexweave bags sell for more than deep sea bags, even though they are identical? I think it is generally down to what people remember and what they use. So they just generally just seem to have a higher price, which is really good. You're more a stage of collecting the glyphs at the moment. Don't have many rare ones, only the base ones with huge competition. Yeah, I think that's the thing, is finding those rare ones, isn't it? How profitable is BFA enchanting for you now? I almost stopped selling nowadays enchants. Prices are horrible. Your profit is only 20 to 30 gold per enchant at the best, so not worth your time. Yeah, I would imagine that's those margins. I'm lucky at the moment. I'm finding myself at least a few hundred gold profit on most enchants. If I look at enchanting here under crafting, you can see a chord of critical strike and haste are both at 750 gold profit. Mastery and versatility slightly different, but they don't sell quite as much. And then force multipliers doing well at 727 profit. Machinist brilliance at 703. Naga hide, I don't get many sales of those at all. Deadly navigation does well, 864 profit. Masterful navigation and quick navigation, I get occasional sales of those. But then I also make a fair few of sales of, I don't think I opened up my mail, did I? Let me just have a look. Did we actually open everything up? Other things we've got here are Gale Force striking, a little bit of profit there. Force multiplier, Mark of the Hidden Satyr, sold for 4,300 there. So that's another good one. Don't forget the old world enchants, basically. Quick navigation, 4 chords of haste there. Torrent of elements, force multipliers there. So that, yeah, I am getting a decent amount of sales throughout the week. This is a whole week's worth of sales, I might add. So 71,000 in sales in total. That's not just enchanting, that's also food and tailoring as well. So we've got some uncanny gear in there as well. So that does flesh it out a little bit more. I missed loads of this in the chat. Enchants are around 400 gold on your servers, or are you using the auction house prices for mats? There still be a lot more profit than just 20 gold. Yes, if you are using something like the Bracer Shuffle, then your prices will be a lot cheaper, hopefully, and not just from buying them off the auction house. So in fact, we ought to go back to... oh, now we need to go to Dalaran and then go to Stormwind, I think. That should be the easiest thing to do here. You sell a Cord of Haste for 800 gold and Force Machinist Brilliance for 500 to 600 gold each, and it's fine for you. Yeah, definitely. The cost depends on the cost of your Tide Spray. Yeah, the Tide Spray links into everything, really. How cheap you can get your Tide Spray for means how cheap you can get your braces for, and then break that down into Expulsum and so on and so forth. Yeah, as Machine said, it's not just Tide Spray though. If you can get coarse leather or shimmer scale really cheap, then it might actually be easier to make the braces that way too. And blacksmithing as well, although I haven't really tried blacksmithing yet. I don't have a blacksmith. Just sold some more food. Fragrant Cacavia. Borealis, we need to go this way. Let's head off over here. Monolite is 18 gold each on your server. More expensive than Osmorite. Wow, that is expensive. Or farm the leathers if you enjoy that. Yep, exactly. That's another one. Yeah, that's a no from blacksmithing. Okay, fair enough. I do not have a leather worker yet, so it's only the cloth shuffle you can do. Usually I find Tide Spray is one of the cheaper ones. But obviously your server will vary considerably. So we need 9 veiled crystals here. We also need some frenzied fangtooth and a red tail loach. I don't have any on me or in the guild bank, so just check the prices of those. I bet you they're quite expensive on my server. They usually are. Let's just scan those. Who knows? There might be, exactly. I think we might be able to make something with inscription as well. Sold a ton of Big Mech this week. I've been doing the Mechagon daily on your trio box all week. I made them with all. Okay, that's pretty good. Craft scrap, disc craft, post bites, cloth, scales, and repeat. Yeah, something like that. But engineering has some we don't know about. There's also a possibility. I haven't looked into that. Now these are expensive. Red Tail Loach at 56 gold and Frenzied Fangtooth at 30 gold. I mean, it's cheaper than it was, and that's more expensive than it was. My mat prices are quite high on these. What are these for? Is this for the... let me check my cooking. This is going to be for probably the Bountiful Captain's Feast. I've got 2 of those. That needs the Frenzied Fangtooth and the Red Tail Loach. I have had a couple of sales of these, which is why I'm remaking them. So it should be a reasonable profit. Let's have a look. Bountiful Captain's Feast is at 674 profit. So we could possibly squeeze a better profit. Still get a profit even at these higher prices. What's my mat cost? 16 gold, so that's quite a big difference. And 47 gold. That means I might just break even with those if I just buy 30. Let's have a look and see what it does. If I were to buy 30 of each of these, is 30 I need, isn't it? Let me just have a look. Move that over. Yeah, it is 30 of each. So 30 of these. This is going to obviously change my average buy price, and we'll see the profit change as a result. And we'll go from here and we'll buy these. I got a feeling it's not gonna be great, but let's have a look. So we'll buy those, and then let's go over and pick those up. And I've got a feeling if I look at that now on my profit margin, once I pick these up and the prices readjust themselves on these purchases, our Bountiful Captain's Feast is going to be minimal profit. Let's have a look. Bountiful Captain's Feast is now saying, oh, it's not too bad actually. I thought that would be worse. 447 profit, so it still is a profit, so that's useful. We'll have a look at that. We can make that certainly. What did I miss? Dado, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. I've got to go get up early for work tomorrow. Okay, Snacken, thank you very much for stopping by. Sorry I missed you there earlier. About engineering of 7 days away from making your first Sky Gold. Oh, fantastic. Robin Hood, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. It's very much appreciated. What else did I miss on here? Thomas, is there any way to benefit from being on a low pop server apart from the higher prices, albeit a slower sale rate, and not having to babysit the auctions so much is another benefit as well. It depends on how your time is factored. If you would rather just get the odd sale every now and again but only have to relist every 48 hours, then that's certainly an option for you. It all depends on the server though. Make the sanguinated feast minus 20 million gold. Yeah, that one is because I have priced the sanguine sale at 1 million gold or something ridiculous like that, because I just don't get it myself, so I don't want it to be part of the calculations. No problem. So let's just go through and see what else we need to gather here. So we need the bolts of this, we need the veiled crystals, we need 9 of those, and we also need some expulsum. So we probably could do it just making a bunch of bracers and see if we can get something from there. If I have a look at my tailoring now, go into the standard interface, I can make 20 off the bat. I need some more nylon thread more than anything else. So let's go on over and purchase a little bit more nylon thread. We might as well get it with a decent reputation price. So we'll buy it from here rather than our Brutosaur mount. So let's take 1, 2, 3. Let's get 1100. That should be plenty for the moment. With that done, go over to our tailoring and have a look there. You will indeed, Rasheen. That's enchanting. I mean to look at tailoring. So we can make 240 now. So let me see. Let me make a guess. Veiled crystals we need 9, and we also need some expulsum. So I would say we would need to maybe make about 100 bracers. How much have we got in bag space actually? We'll make as many as we've got spare space in our bags. We've got 96. So let's make actually 93 bracers. That would be a good start, I think. So with 93 bracers, let's see what we can make and get ourselves hopefully some expulsum and veiled crystals out this way. So what we'll do is we'll disenchant the blues and maybe get the odd veiled crystal out of that. Then we'll scrap the greens for the expulsum. We'll need the expulsum for the uncanny gear that we're going to make. But if we do have any spare expulsum, we could probably use that to make some wands and turn that into veiled crystals. You subscribe to TSM Premium with my affiliate. Oh, thank you very much, Kamisama. It was very kind of you. And Mnemonics, thank you very much for the... I missed that there because suddenly Peep Squeaker has gifted a whole load of tier subs. Oh, thank you very much, Peep Squeaker. That's very, very kind of you. Mnemonics, thank you very much for the follow. And Peep Squeaker, that's extremely kind of you, gifting 10 subs. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much for your generosity. You're safe now then, fine. Very much so. Thank you very much. That is incredibly kind of you. Very much appreciated. Look at Oreo just rolling over. I think that's almost worth about bit of real Oreo full screen for the moment. Let's have a look as Oreo joins in. He's not going to roll over fully though, I think. He's too mellow at the moment. He's just there he is. We can see him rolling over in the on the side instead. Oh no, I think after that he's at least flopped onto his side. Prepare your knees. I know luckily he's facing away from me, so he's not too bothered about clawing me at the moment. And Resick, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. So we should have filled our bags up with that lot. We have. So let's start with disenchanting these blues whilst we're here. We'll just do this manually because it can sometimes just be a bit easier just to quickly go through these one by one. And Rafi P, thank you very much for using your Prime. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Right, that's our first veiled crystal through. That's our second one, so we're doing well so far. They're all coming through now, all the alerts. Thank you very much. We've got a good run of veiled crystals here. This is good. Very lucky indeed. So we'll keep going with this lot. And then, yep, another veiled crystal. We might get the whole 9 we need this way rather than having to use the expulsum, but we'll see how we get on. How many more do I need? Another 4, so probably not out of this lot. That would be extremely lucky if I did get it out of this. So we'll scrap a few more. And at least with these greens that we scrap, we should. So we've gone to 3 veiled crystals. No, 2 veiled crystals we need, so that'll be very easy to do. With the spare expulsum from this lot, hopefully. I don't know exactly how much expulsum I need, so let's just queue up all of this. And then we can have a look at our tailoring. Oh, something sold. Didn't see what it was though. Oh, remember I can't scrap with the window open. What I'm mainly looking for here is expulsum, so we need 2. Okay, so that's not too bad. We'll scrap this lot. Oh, what actually sold? Let's have a quick look at that. That was Force Multiplier for 1,000 gold. Fantastic. That's good going. Alright, let's carry on scrapping. But you've been using your cloth farm to make braces for the shuffle, and the deep sea for epic braces, and then disenchanting them too. So that works for you, making use of the. Could you use the deep sea for the deep sea bags or something like that? You did 1,000 braces today and got 158 expulsum. That seems about right, I think. If I would expect it. I can't remember my numbers from ages ago. But you have 1,000 embroidered deep sea in stock, so that was fine for a while. Okay, fair enough. Your profit at TSM shows different from your own manual calculation. How can you fix that? Well, if you've got a manual calculation, try putting in manual prices for your materials. If you've got something for a manual calculation that you'd rather use that calculation, that would be the best way to use it. So it's free, kind of. It all depends. I mean, you could try and selling it on the auction house as well. You used to farm the leathers with your skin leather worker doing the Quillen farm, but you could do something similar with your trio boxes if you wanted some variety. Yep, that would work actually. The Quillen farm's quite a good one for that. Very fast spawn rate on those. So it's basically it's the price of your time effectively. Deep Sea's only 3 gold each. Tie spray is 5, so not worth selling. Wow, that is quite cheap actually. But it's not technically free though, in terms of like thinking about it. Still has a price if you put a price on your time. But it's finding the best use for it that you can with what you've got available to you. That's going to be the most fun for you as well. So between that, yeah, do what works for you certainly. Right, I didn't keep a check at all of how much expulsum I got from that lot. Seems like we did get a fair few, so I think I can use. I'm going to use 2 to make a couple of wands, and disenchant those. Honourable Sorcerer's Scepter. We'll make 2 of these. And then we'll disenchant those. And get ourselves the last couple of veiled crystals we need. We actually got that in just one of them. So we've got 3 anyway, so that's fine. So we need to buy some more stuff from the vendor. So let's go through here. Wildflower, Fusaka, and all of that. So use TSM for this lot. Whoops, press the wrong button there. Let's try that again. And we just sold Uncanny Combatant Satin Cloak for 2,700. That's fantastic. I'll need to make another one of those. Cloaks are selling really well at the moment, which is really good to see. So let's go through that and then buy from the vendor. The Shah of Dave, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. And so we bought all of that. So cooking and tailoring crafts next. We need to go through those. So tailoring wise, we need to make bolts of netherweave, 4 of those. Let's create those. And then cooking wise, we need Tiramisu and Mondazi. GJ Robo, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Very kind of you. Thank you for your support. If you farm an item, it doesn't make it free. That's very true. It's down to basically the price is your time instead of anything else. But it's still a factor, definitely. And so we're going to do Tiramisu, 2 of those. We need a Pierre, so let's make one of those. A couple of Tiramisus and a couple of Mondazis. And we're done with the task list. Adwadia, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. We're just going through and restocking on Samadan here. So we have a load of cooking here. Biltong, baked potato, Mekdal's Big Mech, then enchanting, a few different bits and pieces, and some uncanny gear, hexweave bag, netherweave bag, totaling a expected profit of about 10,000 gold. So we'll quickly make these. We'll go through each of these, as it's really quick with cooking anyway. Big Mac, Fragrant Cacavia, Bountiful Captain's Feasts. Did I make that one? Or am I missing something? Let me just close that down and reopen it. Don't think that quite worked. There we go. And then over to Enchanting. We'll make all of these. Seal of Haste. That's an unusual one. Haven't had any sales of that one. How do I recommend splitting the professions across classes, if at all? Should your druid have herbing and mining, do you reckon? I mean, druids are always quite good for gathering professions, for that reason. But I would say whichever sort of like appeals to you most would be my my first thought on that, because you never know. Kind of like what sort of, not so much as from a roleplay element, but just from a sort of what fits well to your imagination. So I like my Samadan being a cloth wearer has tailoring because it makes sense to me. My miner is also a plate wearer. So if I can sort of like fit the class mentally to that, I do it on that reasoning more than anything else. What else did I miss? No Silas, no sales the weekend for you. Oh, sorry to hear, Darkwing. It's such a tricky one when you don't get it. You need to enjoy what you do. If not, it becomes a job. Yes, most definitely. Meaning it has a value. Yes, exactly. True. Your friend Sunny. Right, okay, so we made all of those. We are currently sitting on 919,000 gold on Samadan. It's almost time to buy a few tokens, I wonder. I would like to get back over 1 million though. That would be nice before I started doing that. So let's just at least post this lot on. We'll get that lot going. So let's move this on over here and go to my auctioning and post all of this. No, I need to fix my cooking because it keeps doing this. I'm doing cooking 5s, 10s and 1s and in multiple operations, and I really just need to post it in one large group. So I need to go through and fix that up. Like my monks, to have tailoring and inscription, and your priests and your mages, and your warlocks and your paladins and your rogues and your death knights and your druids and your shaman. Exactly. Might as well get everyone the same profession. So with all of that lot posted on, let's just have a look at this operation, because my cooking operation hasn't been updated for 8.3. So if I go through to cooking, which one is it? I think, is it feasts? These have Captain's Feast has different stack sizes here, 10s, 5s and 1s. We really just need 10s on. It doesn't really matter at this point. And the galley banquet, actually cooking 20s would probably be a better one. Let's use that across the board. So let's, in fact, let's not override these two. Let's go to captains and not override that. And we'll just change this main one from feasts to cooking 20s. Let's use that. And then let's go through. Oh wow, Simpel! Bought another hoodie. You loved the first hoodie, you had to have a second one. A different colour this time, with Irish green for gold making. Thanks for the streams, this one will be your lucky gold making shirt to get the other half for your mount. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Zimpal. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. I see lots of long boy emotes for you. Thank you for buying the merch. That's really, really kind of you. Right, so let's go through these ones, old meals, and these ones are the ones that I need to kind of change. So let's just take off the 1s, the 20s, the 10s, the 5s. There we go. And we'll just leave it at cooking 20s. And then that's cooking 20s, and light meals we're not even posting on anymore. So we've left that one out. So that should be fine for the moment. That should save me having lots of repeated bits and pieces in that. So in terms of what Samadan's up to, you're probably almost there. Let me just check on the price of tide spray linen. Currently at 4 gold 9. Excuse me. 4 gold 99. Let's have a look. How much is there at that price? Then it's at 5 gold here. My mat price is currently at 4 gold 20. Okay. I love the... oh, that's cool. We've got the spare tea one and the Cume one in there. That's brilliant, Darkwing. Love that. That's absolutely brilliant. So, oh, Orio's disappeared. Let's turn his camera off for the moment. I think... oh, yeah, I thought for a minute he'd gone up to the back there. But he hadn't. We'll leave him there. So many beautiful long boys. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. You got a Nota one for the gold. I haven't seen that one. The Chris O'Grass Gas one. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Right, let's have a look at... so tie spray linen we're looking at here. We could possibly buy some up. My stocks are relatively low. I would rather buy some in the week. If I can find some for a cheaper price than this, then I will. There's currently 39,000 on at this price, at 5 gold. I am low on my Expulsum and Veil crystals, so I will need to buy some of this in the near future. But I'll wait until the middle of the week and see what kind of price I can get then, I think. We need more long boys, definitely. Didn't notice that one was the Bruto. Brilliant. Patina long boys. Platinum long boys. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. I like that one. So, I think I'm probably done with Samadan here. So let's think what we can do next in terms of characters. We can have a look at... oh, just sold a Machinist Brilliance for 1,000 gold. I'm probably going to need to restock on a few more things here. But before we get too far onto that, let's have a look at... so, choices, things we can do here. Samadan, we can go and have a look at inscription and see if we can do some more there. So let's just go and have a look, see if there's anything reputation wise we could do. We also need to look at Mechagon is another thing, and we also haven't looked at the new reputations that could possibly be quite good, although I am quite a way behind on that, as this isn't my main character. Let me just have a look. Okay, there. How are we on auctions? We have actually just sold a Highborn Compendium of Storms for 6,700, so that's really good. So we're going to have some more gold coming in. Let's in fact run a council scan and have a look and see if any of those... Yeah, the compendiums have been undercut, which is not surprising because that is quite a competitive market. So if we just cancel those 4 there, we'll leave the Tortollan Seekers. We'll take those cancels and we'll repost them on. We might be able to get a few more sales that way. We're on post scan on those. 1, 2, 3. And which one did we sell? The Compendium of Storms. So we need to make another one of those. So if we go onto here, onto the Compendium, Sundering, Swirling Tides, Storms. We need to make one of those. We need a little bit more maroon ink though from looking at that. So let's create that with that. I'll run through this maroon ink because we did get a whole load of zenithid just recently. So, well, a whole load. I do say a whole load. I mean just 100. Any new cooking recipes I could get on Samadan? I probably could actually. I haven't looked at the later the cooking recipes from like 8.3 certainly, and there are... I don't think I've fully really looked into how I could possibly make some money on the feasts as well, because I haven't been selling those because I haven't been getting enough of sort of like the materials required for that, because I don't spend a lot of time on Mechagon these days. But that is a good opportunity, Will, in terms of cooking. I could possibly make a little bit of gold there. You put all your gold into the guild bank this morning to hit 1 million on it, but you already have 70,000 on your main again. That's really good going, Rose. It's good just to keep having a little bit of gold in the bank, certainly. Alright, let's mass mill that lot. And then we can make some more maroon ink if we need to, but for the moment that should be enough to make the Highborn Compendium of Storms, one of those. We need a couple of expulsum. We've got loads of expulsum on here. Just sold a War Scroll of Fortitude, so we're doing well on the sales here. This is really good going. Let's go and post that one on. I've got a feeling I might be better off changing the amount of these compendiums to 2 each. I'm only going on the minimal at the moment and reposting them on when I sell them. But I think I might be better to actually make 2 each of these, perhaps. Let's have a look at that. So if we were to make 2 of these and do a restock, so our group Highborn Compendiums, we've got 1 each of all of them. We change our group operation here, instead of 1 each, we haven't got a 2 each, we have got a 3 each. Let's take our 2 each, operations, auctioning, no, crafting rather. Take our 1 each and copy that and change that again to that, and then change that one to 1 each, no, 2 each rather, and change, now I always forget which one it is, it's the bottom one, isn't it? Maximum restock quantity, change that to 2, and then if we were to look at our auctions again, and then we were to do a restock on our groups and restock, it's saying 10 War Scrolls of Fortitude, but not the Highborn trinkets. Let me just have a look, make sure I set that up correctly. Groups, Highborn Compendiums, group operations. We didn't have the crafting operation, we took it off, so that would explain it. So we change that to 2 of each again, and then we go back on that. Why have we got 10 War Scrolls of Fortitude? Did we actually sell all 10 of them? We did indeed. I didn't realise we sold all 10 of them. That's fantastic. Okay, so having 10 at one time is definitely a good thing to do. So check my auctions again, and then we go through here, and we do a restock now, with that selected. Now we've got one each of these to make, plus the war scrolls, so we're going to need quite a bit more of maroon ink, and we're also going to need maroon pigment. So what can we do? We can do that much maroon ink for the moment. Let's start off with that. What did I miss on chat? Should level cooking BFA level on all characters now. It's so cheap to do that. It's worth a go, certainly. What's the benefit though of having cooking on every character though? Kind of one of them makes it easy enough. You have 8 days left on the 2 extra accounts, and you don't think you want to use the gold on more game time, so you'll spend a day on Mechagon farming, the big mech, and then make a buttload of them, so you can have a few months to sell them. Not a bad idea, actually. Time Spray is 1 gold 90 on your server, 31,000 on the auction house, but 81,000 in your bank, waiting on some free time for shuffles. That's a lot of Tide Spray. And Time Spray is 590 on yours. It's about 5 gold here on Shadow Song. And it was 890 on your server, Torben. Okay, that is a fair amount, certainly. Crimson Ink, I'm going to make that whilst we're here. And I'm going to need to get some more distilled water, I think. A guy on your server just posted a lot of Potion of Unbridled Fury for 285 gold, undercutting from 370. 370 was selling very good. Why would you do that? You got any idea? Should you flip in these situations? I'd have a look at Unbridled Fury and how often you sell it. If you are selling it for a reasonable quantity, then it is certainly worth doing it. Although, have a look at the materials that are required by Unbridled Fury, see what those herbs are required, and maybe consider the price of those and see if they're worth someone else buying those. So it might not be worth buying them all up. It depends on how many they've posted. It's one of those things you have to kind of gauge the market yourself, and you'll get a feel for your own server's prices. It is a risk to buy them and flip them, but it may be worth it. You heard we're talking about buying cloth at a certain price and making pants to vendor, but didn't catch it. Oh, what pants and cloth were you talking about? Well, we have multiple ones depending on the expansion. With Legion, it was the Shalderai silk and the silkweave pants. You could basically, if you could buy the Shalderai silk, I think it was under 2.4 gold we were talking about. And I think that was the price. If it was under 2.4 gold, then you could make the silkweave pants and vendor those. And the same with tie spray linen. If it's less than 1.8 gold, you can make tie spray linen pants out of that and vendor that for a profit. Unbridled Fury is a high seller that slows down with increasing prices. High frequency seller. Slows down with increasing prices. It could be worth buying it up and selling if your server has specific raid nights, maybe. Yep, definitely. Why the nose? 285 gold is still a lot of profit on those pots. Is it really? Okay. I guess it depends on the price of the herbs, doesn't it, for that server? Just starting gold and kind of holding back on buying a stack for 50k to fit. Going to watch the market develop. Yeah, if you're not sure, then definitely hold off. And as Rasheen says, it's super easy to craft. So it could be if you can't control the herbs going into it, or the price of those are particularly low, then it may not be worth it for you at this stage until you get to know the market on your server better, and then you might get a better feel for it, and maybe the risk of the gold isn't quite so high. So I made crimson ink. Do I have enough now to make everything I want to make? I still need to get some distilled water, so we'll go over and get some of that. Maybe a stack or two. whilst we're here, we'll jump down here and we'll go and collect up some distilled water. Let's get a stack or 4. That should be plenty for the moment. And then we'll go over and what else have we got here? Maroon ink, maroon pigment, and light parchment as well. We need some of that. Okay, let's go have a look at the light parchment. Let's get some of that. Stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks. I'll go for that.
Very good.
Okay. It's easy to craft, but sold like 100 plus for 4 days. 100 is not a lot. For you it is. Like I said, you're starting Goblin. 60 a pop profit. Not saying you're not good at gold making, saying that it's not a lot if you give some perspective on Bridal Fury. I can't remember how much I sell on Awakening. First time seeing that stack mod. What's it called? It's called Buy 'em All. It's really handy. Let me just show it to you here. It's this one here, Buy 'em All. It just basically makes it really handy to buy stacks and or buy maximum amounts of things. That's the one, yep. One of you and your boyfriend's friends asked to join your alt guild for the guild perks, and I'm low-key worried. He tells your boyfriend about the gold in the guild bank when they get drunk together at a party. Really don't want the Brutal to be spoiled. Maybe you'll have to move the gold out of the bank, Rose, and just keep it on your character, or make another guild bank, a secret guild bank, or another character you can send all the gold to. That's something like that, I think. Something like that. It might work, maybe. So maroon, ink and pigment is all we need now. And how much did we have? Do we have enough, in fact? We've done all the maroon ink and pigment we can. So we could potentially buy some more Zinanthid. We could probably buy another. We bought 100 for another 55, so we could probably do that again. Let's have a look at the price of that Zinanthid, see if it's changed at all. Or set permissions. So 0 access to any part of the guild bank, so they won't even be able to see it at all. That could work. So Zinanthid, let's buy some of this. Let's buy 100. So this is kind of what I would do in any particular situation where I'm trying to make my gold into more gold. Is I'm very carefully trying to reinvest what gold I have, and what's selling at the moment is these, for the best profit at the moment, is these highborn compendiums. So I'm going to, rather than make 1 at any particular time, I'm going to change that to 2. So I'm increasing my stock level, and hopefully that will enable me to make more sales throughout the week, and therefore make more gold over time. And then once I get more gold, then I can funnel that more gold back into the same profession. So it's kind of that's the theory behind it. Let's keep on going through this for the moment. You did Tools of the Trade, but wasn't really lucky with the proc. Maybe the guy was really lucky. Might be a case even without the proc, even without the proc, you were making a profit. Yeah, so definitely that means to me that if you were making quite a good profit without the proc, then the prices were particularly high on your server, relatively, if you see what I mean. Downloaded it immediately. Yep, it's definitely useful. Definitely useful. Right, let's make all of these maroon inks. We'll go through those. But that's not to say selling them at that price has worked for you at the moment. So if you can get back to that price, that's always going to be useful. Certainly if you can make a good volume of sales. Right, I don't know if this is enough maroon ink. We'll have a look in TSM. Yeah, we need 44. And we have 130. So we won't have enough for this, unfortunately. But we can make some of them. That's a good thing at least. So in terms of what we want to craft, we'll make the War Scrolls of Fortitude, definitely, because we sold 10 of those. So those can go through. And then in terms of the Highborn Compendiums, we'll do the ones that have the highest sale rate first, and maybe we'll leave off Swirling Tides, because that one doesn't have as high a sale rate. That's 0.14 compared to the others. In fact, even Mystical Bulwark is less. So let's take Swirling Tides off for the minute. Do we have enough to make all of those? Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll make these 3 at the moment, and hopefully get a reasonable profit out of those. There we go. So with that done, let's post this lot on. Then we can have a look at world quests and other things we could possibly do for reputation, and other possible things we can do to expand this character. So let's get those on, and the War Scrolls on. That's done. So let's have a look at the map. First thing to look at would be for work orders. There is a work order here for Akunda's Bite for 5 times Expulsum, which would be quite useful actually. Akunda's Bite is going to be, I only need another 6 of those. So let's have a look at that. Shopping, BFA herbs. How much is Akunda's Bite? It probably has spiked in price. I wonder, yep, it's at 25 gold, so that's pretty expensive. I would actually look to try and get some myself at that price. So I would look here, and Akunda's Bite would be, where would I find some of that? Is it a, I'm not sure whether it's something common on this side or whether it's going to be something we find, that's Winter's Kiss, and it's going to be something we find over on the other continent, which could be why the price is what it is. Sea Stalks is there, Siren Song, where is it? Anchorweed, Riverbird, Sea Stalks, am I missing it here somewhere? Akunda's Bite, okay, it's over here. It's this one. We need to go into this zone and do it all here. Vol'dun, yep, everyone said exactly. I've got a feeling as soon as I looked over onto chat, it would be there. Oh, I forgot, sorry, for matters. I turned his camera off when he disappeared, but he's back now. We have Oreo. There we go. Oreo is here, never fear. There we go. Right, so Akunda's Bite could be quite easy to go and pick up. We could even sell some if we wanted to, but it's mainly for the turn-in at the moment. What we do want to have a look at here, though, is are there any reasonable things to go and collect? That's a 420 trinket, which would be a upgrade. The other thing to look at here is Coltirus, and have a look here. So we've got the 5 times Expulsum. We don't have any work orders here or anything. Nothing really in terms of gear upgrades at the moment. So Akunda's Bite could be the option here. Alliance War Effort, Order of Embers, and Champions of Azeroth are our map options here. 1, 2, 3 here. What server do I play on? 200% proc rate with Oreo. Yeah, you never know. I am on Shadowsong on EU. Is the server I play on. So let's go have a quick look at Akunda's Bite. Let's see if we can do a quick run of that. Let's use Gather Mate and Roots to see if we can get ourselves a nice little route going on that. So let's have a look here. We'll go here. So we'll need to go to Vol'dun. Go over this direction. Free Bruto server. Natty, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. And Flexo Gaming, thank you also for the follow. I hope you're having a lovely time. We are going to go and see if we can get ourselves some Akunda's Bite mainly, although we might as well try and get some Siren Song at the same time. Let's try just Akunda's Bite though. So if we were to do this, let's do /roots to bring up our roots add-on, and then we'll add in a new one, and we'll call this just Akunda's Byte. Akunda's in Voldoon. I'll say yes, and we will scroll down to Akunda's Byte, 263 of those, and click Create Root. So now if we look at the map, we should have this really spiky map of everything. So we just need to optimize this. So we go back into /roots, and we'll go into that particular route, which we called in Voldoon, in this one, Akunda's, and we will go to optimize route, clustering's fine, collect that, and then we'll go through and foreground process that. And we've just sold War Scroll of Fortitude. That's brilliant. I wonder if we sold all of them or just a few of them. What is the name of the add-on that shows all the world quests available? There's World Quest Tracker and World Quest List. There's two different ones. I have both of them. Just found out about Farm HUD. Yeah, Farm HUD I haven't really used myself, but it can be good, definitely. Made me think of a funny story on the radio as a kid. Back in 2010, there was a song where they said, "Feed the horse, young un," and someone on the radio said, "Do you horses even like that, yum yum?" Alga, how much gold do I have? On this character, we have 5,600 gold. We've just got started in Inscription. On Samadan, my main character, we just underneath 1 million. On all of my characters at the moment, we are currently looking at just over 1.1 million at the moment. I think that should be a bit higher because we've got about 200,000 in the mail for Awakening, which we haven't opened yet. So it's probably more like 1.5 million, I would say. We were up here at 4 million before I bought a whole load of tokens and stuff. And way back last year, we were up to 5 million for the Brutosaur map. But we bought all of that in one big foul swoop. Really convenient when you're watching other stuff while farming instead of watching the small minimap. Yeah, I can imagine that would be very useful. I haven't tried it yet, that's for sure. So now looking at my map, my route for Akunda's Byte, just Akunda's Byte, goes around this way. So it looks slightly zigzaggy, but let's try it. Let's see how we get on. Let's do a little route. Obviously, we could probably spend our time farming Zinanthid and getting more money that way if we were looking at a raw sort of like gold farm, as it were. But I'm just kind of like doing this out of curiosity more than anything else, and seeing if I can pick up something. I only actually need 6 Akunda's Byte before I actually need to hand in that quest, so it's not a lot at all. But it's worth just doing a quick route round just to see what kind of rate I can get. I've not really gone specifically for this particular herb, so I'll have a look, see what comes up. There's one something down there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I've got the wrong gloves on. Hold on. Let's just swap over to where's my herbalism gloves? These ones, not those ones. The 380 ones, these ones. Cultarian herbalism. Right, let's try that again. Doesn't help if I get stuck. That's better. Now we've got the 6 we needed. That's brilliant. And let's carry on and go round the route and see if we can collect anything else up. Some of the BFA herbs keep spiking up and weird and actually selling. Definitely. What items used for the routing? It's roots and gathermate, as Will Webster said. Bunch of sea salt for 27 gold each. Very nice. Almost getting seasick from that amount. Yeah, it does spin around a fair amount. It is quite nauseating though. That's not a herb. The herb is actually down here somewhere. I can't see it though. Oh, it's over there. That's the problem with this mount. There we go. And there's also some over there. It looks like it's hidden. Oh, it's on the rock itself, I think. No, I can't see that there. I'm going to leave that one. Let's carry on round. Let's go this way and follow the route. Might as well. What the percentage healing feeling and vision for ghastly goulash? Use it for all your 5 masks. Makes it much safer. Alright, interesting. So that could be something worth looking into making myself. Right, I can't see the herbs there, so that's going to skip those ones. Let's go somewhere a little bit safer, perhaps. Yeah, this route does seem to kind of like double back on itself quite a lot. I'm not sure this is the most efficient route I could possibly do. But we'll try it out, we'll have a look at it. Maybe something a bit more manual would be better around this area, I think. Guess knowing where the herbs are is the main thing. Oh, managed to get myself into trouble there. Let's just smash a few buttons. Should easily just clear ourselves out of this. There we go. Might as well get a bit of gold whilst we're here. And pick that up and then carry on. Okay, let's carry on over this direction. Did I optimize the route? I did. I did go through and do a foreground optimization on it, which is why it's come around here. But it is kind of zigzaggy, the way it seems to double back on itself. Does server hop still kind of work? I've never tried it, Will. I don't know. I think you're making those multi-box fishing sometimes for a lot. 112 gold on your server. Okay. Right, is there something down here? It looks like there should be a herb down here. It's going to be one of these ones that's hidden underneath. Quite annoying. There it is. Oh, now I can't see. And I've got Tormented Spirit on us instead. I've got a couple of things on me actually. Withered Lasher as well. Okay, did that come from the herb? I'm not sure, it might have done. Let's have a look. There we go. Withered Lasher. Thorny Bristle. No, it didn't. I haven't got the herb yet because it's still sparkling. There we go. Okay, so that's that, that's that. At least we can use herbalism on the Lasher as well. There we go, that's done. That's gone. Kinetic, thank you very much for using your Prime. Very much appreciated. Oh. Not what I wanted to do. Let's just vanish out of this. Don't particularly want to be in combat. I want to be doing my herbalism. There we go. Let's carry on with this. And we'll go through that. Am I still playing Classic? Sadly, no. I've not had the time to do that and retail. I would like to have spent more time on Classic. It was really nostalgic having fun playing it, but it was just going to take too much of my time to play that and to play retail, so I had to make the decision just to stick with retail, unfortunately. What add-on do I use to see the herbs on the map? So the main add-on for seeing the herbs on the map is called Gathermate 2, and then the add-on that makes the lines between them is called Roots. So I'm just following that as well. There's also another add-on which other people have talked about called Farm HUD, which I haven't used yet myself, but that's also quite nice for putting the icons all in the middle of your screen rather than looking up at the mini-map. Always happy to support good people. Well, it's very kind of you. Very much appreciated. Easy to make Golden Classic, in your opinion, but the end game was too boring for you. That's fair enough. You got to do what's fun for you, most definitely. When I go full-time, yeah, I should be able to. If I was full-time, I'd definitely do like a day of Classic thrown in there as well as everything else. I mean, I want to do a lot of creative stuff as well, and add that in. So things like my my map that I've done at the beginning and my Be Right Back screen. I'd love to do it more with the actual World of Warcraft assets as well. Was that the HUD update? I didn't on... Farm HUD is an extra add-on that I haven't used myself, but it does add all the icons in the middle, which is kind of easier rather than I'm looking up at the top right of my screen at the moment, so it's slightly harder. I do still draw occasionally, Mushy, yes. I haven't in a while. What I would really like to do is get back into doing some oil painting. I haven't painted in oils in 20 years, and I would love to do a few of the sort of the cinematics. There's a couple in particular. I'm not sure if I can find it. That I would love to do like a big oil painting of. Where's the? Let me just move this over. Let's see if I can find it. Where was the picture? I saved a particular picture from one of the cinematics, from one of the Legion ones, that I thought would make a great painting. Where is it? I'm not sure if I actually have it here. No, I'm not sure I have. Let me just check my... No, I don't have it in my other things. It was basically the one of Varian. He was standing there with the watch, and the lighting was just like amazing. I'd love to paint that. Wowhead makes the map in the middle of your screen. Exactly. I hear the viruses in the UK work from home, oil painting. That would be nice, but I will still have to actually work from home, so I won't be able to do that exactly. Mum got these pencils to draw on cloth and then put the water on to make it permanent. She asks you to draw with her every time we talk on the phone. So I think I'll draw my proof saw from the cup, and then she'll sew it onto a shopping net for you. Oh, fantastic! That sounds interesting, definitely. I did do art on a Saturday, exactly, but no travel does give me 2 hours extra a day. It certainly does. So there's options there. I think if it did come to pass for a couple of weeks, I should hopefully be able to throw in a stream or two extra, certainly. But I used to do all the drawing on a weekend when my family was out, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it because it was like a creative morning stream. I'm not getting much Kunter's Bite here at all following this route, to be honest. I mean, I have gone completely off-piste here, and so there's not a lot here at all. So I'd probably skip that part out of the route, certainly. Goblin Grass, thank you very much for the follow. And Whiskerico also missed your follow. Thank you also. I've completely gone off now. Where's my route gone? Let's go back over this way. Waking up with a coffee and Samadan on Saturdays. Yeah, it was really good, and a different crowd of people. It was nice to see other people in the creative channel. So I would love to do that again as well. It's just a question of time now at the moment. All your Kunter's Bite from herb tracking follow equipment. Oh really? That's quite interesting. Maybe I could do it that way. But here at the moment, flying around, this I certainly wouldn't say is a particularly effective way of doing it. I don't think I'm getting much at all. I mean, there are clusters of it, but there's also a lot of mobs around as well, which is making it quite difficult to just swoop in and collect it up and then move on. So all these mobs are around, and then I have to actually fight those, because I'm not that great with my fighting either, and I've now got corruption as well to deal with, which is another fun part. There we go, got that. Did I collect it up? Yes, I did. It was nice to see other people, he says. Of course, Rasheen. There we go, and there's another one down here. Might as well get the herbs whilst we're here. And there's something else over there. And we'll go for that one as well. Those pencil are brilliant. Yours or Karen Dash. Alright, okay. I need to use buffs. I need to pay attention to Kuhn's stream. Get the leather barding. Yes, you are right. Actually, I should have read the post, Kuhn's post, because he talked about exactly what he had. He's got the moral hardened stirrups, hasn't he? The coarse leather barding, and then the Dark Moon Firewater will help as well. If I had all of those, then that would certainly be better. And also, I don't think this, I know Kuhn has some really good routes that he mentally does. I don't think this route is a particularly good one. I would almost want to draw my own, or I would look at one of the routes websites that has some good routes on them. I could also use a druid. Yep, that's another good point. I mean, the Awakening does have herbalism, so this is another option. I could go tank spec, and as a druid probably pick up a fair amount quite easily. That's another option. Or a Death Knight or a Paladin. Yeah, there's definitely options here. Because at the moment, you know, I'm getting a few. Akunda's Bite. I'm not sure how much I've gotten in the small time that I have been doing this. Which is better? 20% movement speed. Where have I gone here? Siren's Pollen, we'll pick that up, and then we'll move on. Okay. You just use balance because it's easy to Star Surge, one-shot the Siren's Pollen bees. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's another option to think about. Right, someone else is fighting in here, so I should be able to just nip in and take that, and then move on out. What is my item level now? Actually, on Samadan, he's the highest item. Oh, you know what I have forgotten? I've forgotten to put my helmet on. I'm currently at 386. If I was just to put my hat back on, hold on, where is it? Waist. Where's that hat that I had? This 421. This one, the head cover. There we go. Let's put that one back up. We are actually at 412. There we go. That's a bit better. 412. Go level up. Extra item in every dungeon. Would I get that in doing like heroics at this point? Bring 5 leather and you're 425 in 20 minutes. Oh really? As in like if everyone were willing to pass on all the loot. Heroics are only 415. Okay. Standard Mythics gives you 430 gear. Okay, so I'm probably still quite a ways behind, aren't I, in terms of the... oh, I saw one over there. I've completely gone off the route now. I'm just wandering aimlessly. I don't think I'll carry on this route much longer, I don't think. We can push him through a Mythic 0. I reckon so. At this rate, I'm currently... I think I could probably not die quite that frequently. What do I need eye levels for since I'm not current content? This is the other factor, certainly, because I am I'm not really doing any of the high-end stuff. I probably wouldn't find. I mean, it would be useful, certainly. I think to be a reasonable eye level. I mean, I would like to do more things like mythics and things like that. I think it would be interesting. I mean, I'm certainly willing to do viewer runs and stuff like that. I can't promise I'd be any good, but I would like to do some different content with everyone. Let's just move that way around and then scroll around here. I'll just follow this route round. Everything's easy with the higher item level. It does make it easier, certainly. If only I was Horde. I know. Well, I do have a Horde. We do have Nadamas. I could still do something with him. Right. Let's ignore the Azerites. Think of the cores for bags. Yep, that's another option. We could sell bags, so there could be some gold making opportunities there, certainly. Some star moss, and there's probably a load of stuff around here if I can find it. It's kind of like at different levels, which does make it harder to find. There's some Akunda's Bite over here though. And then something, I bet you that's underneath there. Oh god, that's terrible with all that camera movement. I knew it would be underneath there, but that's really hard to find. There we go. Right, there's a load of stuff around here, herb-wise. This is a good spot at the moment. There's some more over here against the wall. Can do that. Ding 175 at alchemy for the second time. Wow, fantastic, Silent Mouse, congratulations. I have about, yeah, I do have about 20 minutes left. So I'm just kind of like casually running through this at the moment. Yeah, I don't think I could possibly do it in the last 20 minutes. It's your job. Yes, well, she does a wonderful job being my one and only mod. And keeping me on track half the time and making sure I craft things. What am I looking for here? It's over there. Oh, there we go. It's got some anchor weed. That's cool. Ooh, we've got mature anchor pod as well. Okay, so we've got some extra things we can do from that point of view. There's one down here.
I have word of a dangerous
So there we
enemy
go. There.
Take it out, but be on your guard.
Do we want to do these? Oh no, I think I'll ignore the world quest at the moment. Finally catch my stream. I've been watching my videos and switched back to retail about a month ago and using my TSM strings for alchemy and the spreadsheet for the shuffle, and you made about 500,000 already. Oh, fantastic! Well, welcome to the live stream. Live stream. We are here just going around and collecting some herbs up at the moment. You missed BFA release when anchor weeds were 800 gold each. And one Anchorweed World Quest was 8,000 gold. Yeah, can you imagine? Jack and Neil, good evening to you. Everything is very well indeed. Thank you very much. We are just currently going and doing a little bit of herbalism at the moment. Just picking up a little bit of a Kunda's Bite, as it is quite expensive on my server at the moment. And we want to get some for the turn-in, which we've got plenty of already. Let's have a look. How much have we got, in fact? We have 115, which is worth about 3,000 gold at my current prices. We did pick up a few other bits and pieces along the time. We got a little bit of star moss. We got, yeah, mainly star moss as well. So the star moss, we have 27 of that, which is worth another 291 at the moment. Just picked this overgrown anchorweed and gives 10. It's pretty rare. There's one about 5 days ago, if I recall correctly. Yeah. You listed today your whole blue and epic guild bank on the auction house. Going to check if you sold anything. 180 items. Well, good luck. 10k in sales. Not bad at all. No, not bad at all indeed. Right, I think I'll probably. I think I'll Hearthstone back at it. I've done a pretty poor job of going around this this route that I had made. I would have probably been better off just making my own, perhaps, that was more sort of as a rough loop around this area, and I wasn't trying to do anything else in the meantime as well. But we at least will have some anchor wheat, not Kunda's Bite rather. It looks like Oreo's disappeared. He's probably gone off some food. I'll turn his camera off for the moment. But at least we can do the expulsum turn-in for 5 expulsum. And it's probably worth doing that on Earthen and Samadan as well, in fact. So where's the hand in? It's this one, work order of Kunda's Bite. So I need to send 20 to Samadan. So let me just take 20, pop them there, and now because it's collapsed them I can't see them, so I need to pop them there. No, I need to go in the send group rather. There we are. I don't want to send 95 of them though. Now I need to change my bag add-on. What I need to do is go onto the options and compact layout, items, merge free space, merge unstackable items, merge stackable items is what I wanted to do. And then I've got the Kundasbyte here, 95 and 20 as two separate things, and then I can go to send. I want to clear that. So how do I clear that? Add subject description. There we go, take that off. Then we add that in, the 20, and we'll send that to Samadan. We'll send that. There we go. Make herb tracking pots and send them to Alts 30 each. Herb tracking pots will still be valuable in Shadowlands unless Blizzard decides to limit war scrolls and tomes. WoW Professions has a shortened route for Kundasbyte, but yeah, that's a good idea actually, Saxon Girl. I'll probably be better off looking at those. No, I don't want to do that one. I want to shift click that. There we go. Select 20. Select OK. Move that to a separate one. And then move that into there. And then we'll send this to Earthen. And we'll send that to you. And then we'll jump over to the area we need to go first. So we'll go this way. Inside here. I believe it'll be round in the corner for the Expulsum. So Kundasbyte, we should get 5 Expulsum. Now actually we probably won't have this world quest on the other characters, will we? Actually. That's probably a mistake. Let's go have a look. Because this is probably just a herbalism thing. Let me just check on Earthen. I'll have a look. Legion tomes are way cheaper to make. Okay. Work order needs herbalism, I think. Yes, I think so, Dumpster. I just realised that after I did all the sending over. I've got a feeling that this is going to be something different. We don't have an Expulsum one here, so let's just have a look at the map. Galterus. Yeah, we don't have the Expulsum one here, so it was just a herbalism thing. In which case, is it worth doing on Awakening? Probably not, from that respect, thinking about it. Because I don't really need much Expulsum on my Alchemist at this stage. I am doing the World Quest Emissary quests to get my reputation up when I do them. I don't tend to do them all, and I haven't really bothered with the ones that are currently here. Unless they've got like a gold value or an item upgrade, I haven't been bothering with all of them, because they do take a fair amount of time, even though I do need the reputation. Tortollan Seekers being one of them. I have got hardly any reputation on Earthen though. He's currently just friendly and neutral with a lot of the BFA reputations, because with leatherworking I didn't actually need a lot of reputation. It doesn't really give you much herbs for the missions. It's 35 herbs or 8 anchor weeds. The proc is about 5%, so 6 5% rolls per collection. Okay, well, I haven't looked into it myself, but it's certainly an option in terms of getting a few more. So in terms of what I really want to do then for the last 10 minutes or so, let's jump around a little bit and have a look. What we could do, actually, it's been an hour. Let's go check Awakening and see if we can get another Silas proc, and check out his gold situation as well. We could possibly repost some stuff on with him. I keep forgetting he's in the wrong Dalaran. He's in the old one. Made him in December and say 100% worth it. Definitely. Fingers crossed. Yeah, let's hope so, Will. So let's have a look. Gold we can open in a moment, 226,000. But let's go have a look, see if we've got anything here. Continuous curing, unfortunately. But whilst I am here, I need to do my transmute bag of anchors. We'll take that, and then we'll quickly grab the gold whilst we're here, 226,000. That way we've got a fresh set ready for later, and then I'll quickly log off again. I've still got 3 minutes left, so I'll make use of that if need be, and then we'll jump back into Samadan and have a quick look if there's anything we can do last minute here. How do I get the profit loss for Highborn? You've set your expulsion price in TSM custom sources, but the prices are blanked out. Interesting. That would be the material I would have thought for the Highborn. Let's have a look here. So we go in here. So it's looking for Highborn Compendium. So you need to have a price for each of these. So make sure that TSM can see a mat cost for each of these individual things. My mat cost for Expulsum is coming out at 72 gold. So you can tell in the tooltip, you should have one there. And then the Highborn Compendium, it should, so long as you've got a mat price for each of these, should work, hopefully. What is that, Silas, and where can I get him? Is it only for alchemy? It is, yes. It's part of the tools of the trade, and we really need it if you're going to make any profit in alchemy, because it gives you a 1.7 proc rate. So my price for Expulsum is currently at 72 gold, which is based on my price of my Tide Spray Shuffle with the bracers. I believe it's correct across all profiles. Let's have a look. Expulsum. So this is the string I use. Absolutely huge string that is basically based off the price of all of the materials. It's all based off of my Super Shuffle spreadsheet, which gives me an Expulsum price of 72 gold. Right, in terms of what I could do in the last 5 minutes or so, let's have a look. World quests, probably not worth, we can do that in the time we've got. Alliance War Effort, Tiragard Sound. Herbs wise, we've done a fair amount of that anyway. We could have a look at our inscription, see if there's anything we're missing in terms of buying things. Let's have a look here. So we are currently things unlearned. We have the contracts, Rajani, contract and Cohen. We need Waveblade Revered, so that's going to be something we need to think about. Rustbolt Resistance is probably a good one to do. In order to do that, we need to actually get to Mechagon, so we could possibly, looking at that, we could how far have we actually gotten with this? Have we got we've got Najatar, Jaime, so that's Drustvar, that's Tiragard Sound, Black Empire campaign. Where are we with Mechagon on this character? Let's have a look. Can we actually fly over there? I've got no idea if we can. Whether we've done everything we need here. I don't think we have. Let's have a look. Flight wise. No, we don't have a flight over there, so we haven't done the quest line for it. Let's have a look. Where are we actually here? Pride of Cultiris, Pilgrimage Scrolls, Herbalism, Anchorpods, Crucible of Storms, Black Empire, Speak with Anduin, Battlegrounds. Then we've got Najatar, reach rank 3, we don't need that. So I don't see the one for Mechagon here. That's an interesting one. It's the Tiragard Sound quest, is it? Take the ferry to East Point Station. Oh, this one, down here, of course, yes, there it is. I didn't see it. Meet outside the mysterious vault, which is over here. Okay, we can do that. Let's at least start this one off whilst we're here. There we are, thank you. We need to open the vault. Thank you, everyone.
Where's my wallet? Wait. Just take my wallet. After
My eyes burned. I see no. If they're going to use the same inscription system from BFA into Shadowlands, you're going to fly and strangle the guy who thought it was a good system. Is that? Do you mean because of all the time it takes to make all of the inks and things like that? What is the main income from an inscription? Want to learn it on one character but don't know what you should focus on. So tomes and war scrolls seem to be the big things at the moment. For me, in terms of like big profit winners are the highborn compendiums. I'm using those to really bulk out my gold at the moment, which has really helped. But yes, Tomes of the Quiet Mind and the War Scrolls have definitely been quite good so far. We've had a few sales already. I'm just ignoring the herbs at the moment because I want to get to my destination first and foremost. Are we over the other side of the mountain? No, we're not. We're just here somewhere. It's going to be down this side, I imagine, if memory serves. Have a look at the vault. Here it is. Here's the vault. We'll make a start on this. We probably won't do the whole quest, but we can at least make a start. We can just run through all the bits and pieces just to get it started, because we have to connect up all the things, I believe. There we go. We need to follow all of this. Let's all this run through. You build 11,000 crimson pigment, and it would take you 6.5 hours to be able to make them into inks. That is a huge amount. Yeah, I think that's the main issue, isn't it? It's just the sheer time, and there's no real way to cook it. Although it does have the benefit of being more of a fire and forget thing, so you can do whilst you've sort of like you're not at the computer, or you're just like doing chores around the house or something like that. Used to be like that in the past too. Yeah, I don't think the contracts, unless you've got the latest ones, are that profitable at this stage. Right, so we need to do here. Gears moving. Look for something sparkly. Tells me what to do. There it is. Click on that. Gears repaired. And then something over here. We'll do that. Activate that. And then anything else? Over here, I think. Activation on this side. There's 2 of them. Oh, we have to connect these up, I remember now. We have to go on over here.
See if you can pull a wire to this socket.
Do that. Attach alpha wire. Yeah, partial power, and then we need to go and connect this one over to this one over here. There we go. Ink Trader still is there, just didn't get an update, and no one knows why. It is a bit of a strange one, isn't it? I haven't really looked into the Ink Traders and the whole system of it, but it does seem better. Alright, what's next? I'm ready, activate the device. We should at least get through this quite quickly, hopefully. Ever since the implementation of the Ink Trader, they got an update every expansion, with the exception from BFA. Yeah, so not getting one is weird, definitely. I wonder if there was a specific reason why they didn't.
At long last, the perfection of our original Titan Forge design will be restored.
Purpose of device discovered, hopefully.
And be cleansed of the old god's corruption. Step forth and be judged.
No, it did seem more of a bolt-on rather than crafted as part of the whole systems. They seemed like an addition, that is, with professions, rather than sort of like an integral part of it. What do I need to click on now? Oh, it's down here. There we go. Click that. And then skip that. There we go. And then we'll click that. Click that. Okay. There we go. So now we need to meet with Gila Crosswires in Borealis. Okay. That's done. At least a little bit further. Can we teleport out of here? Actually, let's just Hearthstone. Return to the Snug Harbour Inn. There we go. We have the Scrapper. We do have the Scrapper. Indeed, it looks like Oreo's come back for the end of the stream. Let's pop his camera back on. There we go. And Frey Guy, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Right, we have 2 scrappers for each faction even. I know, exactly. You could go to a completely off in the distance scrapper where no one else knows where it is. TSN, how are you? You've just literally come at the end of the stream, but thank you ever so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. So I think I'll finish it up there. So I want to say a big massive thank you everyone who has hung out in the stream tonight. Really appreciated your company. Thank you for bearing with us as we got the Wowhead blog live in the end. Thank you very much, Saxon Girl. Lots of info for future play. Indeed. Oh, Oreo's going to climb on my lap in a minute. Hold on, Oreo. We haven't quite finished yet. Thanks, Em. It helped me really much tonight and sort your TSM stuff. Now you know how to set up stuff better. Looking forward to the update of my paste bin interview. Yes, Silent Mass. Remind me and prod me if I haven't done it. Arepa, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Let's have a look and see if we can throw someone over a host. We have the lovely Elaith is streaming. Let's throw a host or a raid over to her. Let me just let this come through. Oh, let's just mute that. Let that come through. Right, okay. Remind me next Sunday. Exactly. Thank you all. We're going to throw a raid over to Elaith. Let me just make sure I'll do a host actually. Host. I don't know really the difference of how it works. H. Right. Oh, I've got that muted. There we go. That's easier. We had 2 things in the background. Okay, so thank you everyone. I hope you have a fantastic week. Host, you need to do raid. Host, you just host them. Raid, you send yours. Okay, I'll do raid then. Thank you very much, Blem, for the clarification. / raid. There we go. We'll raid a late. There we go. So thank you everyone. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. We're going to send some love over to Elaith, and from myself and Oreo, we will see you next week. Until next time, happy gold making. Right, did that work? Invalid username. Oh, okay. Let's try that again. I'm sure I got that right. Let me try that again. Hold on. / raid. Is that 2 L's? Yes, it is. That's why I got 2 L's. I can't see my old eyes. Poor old eyes. A-I-T-H. Right, let's try that again. Okay. Let's see if that works. There we go. That's better. That seems to be working better. Let's let that run all the way through. There we go. And we'll hit raid. Okay, thank you everyone. Take care and good night.